Calgary, they both lived the dream in Vancouver. Last week, they both helped North America win the Continental Cup, but tonight they won't be cheering for each other. Kevin Martin's team from Edmonton are quite simply the best in the world. Cheryl Bernard's team from Calgary would love nothing more than to beat the reigning kings of curling. It is a battle of Olympic medals, gold against silver. But here at Casino Rama, it's all about the green. From Faith Hill to ZZ Top, James Taylor to Kiss, the greatest names in entertainment have played here at Casino Rama. As we say hello, Canada, and welcome into the Entertainment Center. But tonight, it's about the kings of rocks and rolls as we continue on with our TSN Curling Skins game from the Entertainment Center. Earlier today, semifinal number 1. It went to the defending skins champion from Scotland, David Murdoch, who was a winner over Kevin Cooey. And so now we're ready for semifinal number 2. And of course, to get us going, the commissioner's own pipes and drums of the OPP, Staff Sergeant Andy Atchison, and OPP volunteer Bill McMeekin. As we say good evening to Linda and Russ.
Well, during our first semifinal, there was rather challenging ice conditions, so the two teams tonight have had the benefit of watching and learning. We expect great shot making, but with the extra time to plan, we also expect that they'll adapt and cope with whatever they face.
Yeah, if the ice does change a little bit today, you just have to stay in it mentally. You have to stay positive. There's 8 mini games. First loss, second loss, doesn't really matter, but you keep it a little bit simpler. Throw a little more rotation, and at all costs, control that front.
Now let's meet the two teams that will play in this second semifinal. She is the Olympic silver medalist from Vancouver. Would you welcome from the Calgary Curling Club, skip Cheryl Bernard, and third Susan O'Connor. Throwing the second stones, Carolyn Derbyshire, and lead, Corey Morris.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Great teamwork and mental toughness made the difference in the curling trials and Olympics for this foursome. Cheryl's late game heroics are exactly what is needed here to capture the big cash and the win.
What a resume this man has. Canadian world champion, already an Olympic silver medalist in Vancouver. He went one step higher on the podium. Would you welcome Canada's gold medal Olympians from the Saville Sports Center in Edmonton. Here he is, skip Kevin Martin, third John Morris. Throwing the second stone is Mark Kennedy and lead Ben Heberts.
Team Martin is one of the best teams in the world at leaving himself 2 options vital to skid success. But to win tonight, Kevin will have to make the right shot at the right time.
So here they are. It is Cheryl Bernard, silver medal. Kevin Martin, gold medal. $21,000 on the line and a spot against Murdoch in Sunday's final.
The TSN Curling Skins game is brought to you by Casino Rama. This is gonna be good.
This is going to be good.
Despite what you've heard, opportunity doesn't knock, and it definitely doesn't have a ringtone. In the movies, opportunity arrives on a white horse with a brass band. In the real world, it's a lot harder to recognize. It could be a green light or a pink slip. It could be invisible. It could look like a clown. So you'll have to decide. If you always find things in the last place you looked, will opportunity give you that luxury? You'll need to make a decision. A chartered accountant will help you make a better one.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
Putt for a chance to win $100,000 in the White Ice Challenge. Brought to you by Odyssey Golf. Win a trip to the Tim Hortons Briar in London and putt on the curling ice during the semifinal for all the money. Go to whiteicechallenge.curling.ca to enter.
Hi, you may know me as a 6-time medalist in both the Summer and Winter Olympics. What you might not know about me is that for 2 difficult years I battled depression. 1 in 5 Canadians is affected by mental illness, and many will not get the help they need because they're afraid to talk about it, and this has to change. So on February 9th, let's talk.
What is your intention? I am to kill you in 1 minute. I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
That is ill-advised.
Slowly, we gotta put you down. True Grit. Now playing.
Celebrate Canada. The $5 footlong promotion is now going on at Subway restaurants. Choose one of 5 from our classic menu. Subway. Think fresh, eat fresh.
Tomorrow, the NFL Conference Championships are on CTV. First, a 90-year-old rivalry heats up in Chicago as Aaron Rodgers and the Packers challenge Brian Urlacher and the Bears. Then, Rex Ryan and the Brass Jets aim for another playoff shocker against Big Ben, the Steelers, and the toughest defense in football. 4 teams are left. Only 2 move on to Super Bowl 45. We're gonna win the game! The NFL Conference Championships, tomorrow at 2 on CTV.
The TSN Curling Skins Game is brought to you by Carlton Cards. Celebrate life's special moments. By Krabby Joe's. Good food, good fun, bad temper. By Canada's Chartered Accountants. Decisions matter. And by Aspirin. One name for your different types of pain.
We've been looking forward to this battle of Olympic medalists from Vancouver. Kevin Martin against Cheryl Bernard. Let's meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Aspirin, one name for your different types of pain. From the Calgary Curling Club, Cheryl Bernard. She's been a Canadian runner-up back in 1996. She throws the skip stones. Her lead is Corey Morris, Carolyn Darbyshire, and Susan O'Connor. From the Saville Sports Center in Edmonton, Kevin Martin. With John Morris, Mark Kennedy, and Ben Hebert, the now very familiar Olympic gold medalists. Now, they had the draw to the button earlier today to rank the teams, and it was Kevin Martin who was ranked 3rd, so he had the choice tonight of stones or take the hammer. He's elected to go with the stones. He's taken the yellow stones. It means that Cheryl Bernard has the hammer playing red. It means that she will have to score the 2 points to pick up the skin. And in this opening end of play, the skin is $1,000.
Okay, Benny. It's good, Benny. We got fine, Benny. Good shot.
So we will see the approach of these 2 teams. We talked a little bit about Kevin Martin's approach in the past during the first semifinal because we have seen him a number of times. And we do know that often he does pull the first one in, and that'll force Cheryl to make the play to the wing.
Mine's good. Not curling crazy. It's pretty good. Just here. Coming off the line now. Where are you going? Oh.
Now, what's your opinion on this afternoon with regards to these teams tonight and their strategy? Would they have watched the game this afternoon, or would you have really tried to ignore it and just come onto the ice?
Line's good early.
and play the stones as you find them.
You're going to watch every minute, Vic, because it is a challenging environment for an ice maker to make ice. It's not like walking into a curling club and having some expectations about the conditions. This is a difficult place to make ice. It's a wonderful venue, and we love the excitement, but you're just not sure what's going to happen. So they'll have watched all of it, knowing that the ice would have changed from end to end, and try and use that information.
Yeah, it's one of the best in the world ice makers we've ever seen. By far, a disciple of Shorty Jenkins I mentioned last week, and Hans has seen it all. And if he can't get a perfect game one, nobody can. And you know, you have to be honest, it's no different than the curlers. They always struggle in the first game, and so does the ice maker.
Hard, gotta go. Hard, guys.
So trying to drag it down and put it right on top. Cheryl Bernard, Corey Morris, Derbyshire, O'Connor on the brush.
Let it over, curl. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, yep, go, 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 go. Hard, 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 hard.
As she draws it to the top 8. Mentioned that Bernard will need to score 2 to get the money.
Well, they do have only 8 ends, but every end is full of cash. You only have 60 minutes, no timeouts. You have to play quickly. A carryover in the final end is not an extra end. It's a draw to the button, and there could be a lot of cash on the line at that stage of the game.
Perfect. It's all there.
So the skin here in the first is $1,000. 21,000 in total for the semifinal.
That's good.
Tomorrow's final. Everything is doubled.
Now, the one mistake I really believe Cheryl Bernard could make in this game is try to win the battle of the angles, because Kevin Martin plays this time after time. In men's curling, you see it a lot, setting up the angle and running something in. It is not as common in women's play. And Cheryl and her team won by playing a more open style last year and leaving the game to the end. So that late game heroic I mentioned, that'll do her well today, but you have to be careful of leaving yourself a shot.
Now, when you go back, Russ, that stone is Derbyshire. They're dragging in top edge of the 4. That stone, the first corner guard she put up, is that potentially her out that Linda's talking about?
Yeah, that could very well happen to be run in at this point in time, Vic. That might be all she has.
Yeah, it's a really hard shot, though. Don't know where to put the broom, really, for that. This is easier. It's good. This curl's good. I'll be good rotation. Off the charts, this one.
Should be lots of weight. You had more than your last one.
Yeah, if it gets inside.
We just heard it here, Vic. We mentioned at the top of the show. Oh, there goes one there.
Okay.
He tried to throw more rotation to keep it out there, but that actually grabbed something.
That's good. Well, then. Right here. Oh. That's good. Oh. Okay. It's fine. Your turn.
I got half. You got enough of this, Carol?
So don't forget, with the hammer, you need 2 or more points to get the cash. Without, you must steal. And so each team has a plan of how to set up those 2 strategies. And here you're watching Cheryl Bernard with the hammer try to get her 2.
Ha! Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Close to board. Close to board. Real close. Real close. Whoa. 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 Close. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Oh, and just by as she tried to angle it back.
That is just weight. It had a little more weight than we've seen played on some of those taps. Carolyn made sure she had great rotation, because that's something that was our key earlier today based on the ice conditions, and the combination just made it go that much straighter.
And you and I seem to talk, we tend to talk about it like it's simple, just to go out there in a great big game. You're playing Kevin Martin, and let's throw more rotation. When you've practiced time and time and time, it's muscle memory, no different than other sports. And it's tough to decide to throw a little more rotation in a big game like this. You can easily give it that shove and do exactly what happened there with Carolyn's shot, just a little deep.
Mark.
Yes. Now that is a very nice controlled weight, and that curled up beautifully to center line.
Nice toss. I threw that aggressive. I know you did. We saw it.
On most sides, that would have flashed.
Yeah.
So what's he referring to? The fact that he put a little more handle on it, did he?
Yeah, and aggressive with his speed, maybe like on the high tolerance side. Like if Martin asked for board there, he was maybe board plus a little. He cheated the broom, maybe got a little wide, and he definitely had a lot of rotation. So he tried to be as aggressive as he could to the outside of that rock, and he still made it. So Johnny, being the pro that he is, he's now communicated that to his team. There's a little more curl here with the soft shots.
One of those Canadian mixed championships was with Kevin Cooey. back in 2000. Got it this time. Move it far enough, and yes, they do. They punch it out. And so right now, Bernard is sitting 1. That's good for a carryover. Get another point in there, another stone in there to count. She could win the skin.
Right in the nose.
The unfortunate part is with this game, with skins play, you have to be as worried about where the shooter goes and what you leave, and the shooter sits in the wrong spot.
Certainly does, because there's a fairly easy double for Johnny, and if he stays there, it's a dangerous rock against Bernard.
Whoa, whoa. Hard, go, Benny. Shot. Hey, John.
Well, John. He got them both. So just like that, now Martin is in control of the house. He has his points.
Keep him back here is good.
To possibly steal the skin. We start off playing for $1,000. We add 500, and then it just increases. $21,000 is available here in this semifinal.
Yep, for line. 4, 4. Hard line. You got to go line. All the way line. Hard. 3, 4.
Well, unfortunately for Bernard right now, if you look at the house and all the play near the top of the house, it's all yellow. That's the Martin team's rocks that are positioned well. This was a come-around attempt,
hard, bounce it. Okay.
and it will overlap a little bit, so more
96.
trouble.
That intern side, it was the same this morning. It curled a lot more, and they have to get really out there. We heard the one that picked with Mark Kennedy, he said, I'll throw lots of spin, guys. I'll get it out to the broom. And little inside there gets to the soft spot, and away it goes. But I'm a little surprised that Cheryl didn't make a move on Johnny's shot there. We just finished talking about it. Once Johnny made the double, that yellow rock's in a dangerous spot. Kevin's got it both ways here now.
This is his, I think. Top 4, boys.
So that is part of this setup that you have to get used to more in skins play. John Morris
Now
and
we got that straightened out.
Kevin are so used to thinking about that placement of those stones and using those stones to move up. Cheryl has to get into that mindset.
Okay, it's the first big game. What do you think, 50? Those, or what? I'm thinking, yeah. They seem to be sliding pretty good.
Okay. Skip stones here in this.
A little bit for line, yep. Hard line. Hard line.
4 Canadian championships, but just the one world win, and that was in Grand Forks in 2008.
It should finish, though.
It's perfect.
Watch it.
Wait for it, though.
Yep. Okay, it's good. It's by. It's by. It's by. Top button. Top button, Benny.
Whoa, Benny.
Yeah.
6.
Oh,
Nice draw for a first end. Remembering that they do practice. They did have 10 minutes of practice, but he put it right on the lid.
Vic, if Cheryl had actually made this move and hit Johnny's here, then when Kevin makes that type of shot, she would have, Kevin made it so good, there still would be this out over here to make that shot there. You have to control that front, especially against a team that's this good. And now Cheryl has a very difficult shot.
What did she throw?
She threw a 96, but it was like she wasn't positive.
Okay.
If you watch Kevin Martin, he put a lot more rotation on that draw than we normally see from him. It was a brilliant throw, not just the weight, but the way he threw it. And that means for Cheryl, she has to try and consider that in her choice of ice.
So enough to just tap it back?
It will curl in there, and you see by the guard that it will really go, so it's possible.
8.
That's way out there. It's got to get to the edge of the 4 before it's going to take the big curl.
And nothing yet from Derbyshire Aboars. Now they've jumped it. Here it goes. It's moved quickly on them. Has to get it by the stone top yellow. Oh, they did. They waited. Move it far enough. Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Martin still shot back of the button.
Well, that is a perfect example of you have to believe, because it goes, look at it go sideways, and if they got on it just a fraction sooner, it might have pushed it far enough.
Turns out line was not a problem. As a matter of fact, it overcurled, if anything. A huge finish from the hog line in.
Thanks, man. Does that walk?
Yeah, a little body English even to get it by there. Wow, that's curl.
She's got it off the wide one, but there's nothing we can do about that.
Whatever. Soar up.
Just a halfway guard.
So Kevin Martin acknowledging that red stone, that first stone of the end, that wide corner now. Could be played in.
Wait's good, John.
There's also an in-off on the other side, and when I was watching practice, I watched Cheryl Bernard's team play a lot of in-offs to see if they can get the spot figured out.
You're fine, just clean.
Look at the rotation
Just
Kevin's
clean,
throwing here. You've never seen Kevin Martin throw that kind of rotation. I always used to like to do that. Instead of going out a lot wider with your normal rotation, just give it a little more spin and it'll hold it a little straighter.
Just switch brews with John, Kevin.
Yeah, so you'll see a definite move. He angles it actually a little more in the movement forward, and there's the spin he puts on it.
And the reason is?
To cope with the ice pick and the amount of curl in that spot.
Definitely there.
Well, here you go. This is what you said. I guess she was looking at this in practice. Is this what she's going to play?
It is, Vic, an in-off on the yellow.
Just like a quarter rock, not even. Not even.
In practice, she tended to over-curl these. It curls quite a bit, even with big weight.
Well, she lived on these kind of shots at both the Canadian curling trials as well as the Olympics. Final stone. Right now, it's a stolen skin of $1,000 for Kevin Martin. Susan O'Connor just waiting for it to move. Nothing yet. Quarter of rock, she said. What she got? Jump it now. Jump it now. There it is. Oh, goodness. And what a start for the $1,000 skin. Look at Martin's face. So the first skin goes to Cheryl Bernard. We'll play for another 1,000 when we come back.
Decisions. They're the weapons we use to change the game. Bring the bottom line up or take the competition down. Just one decision can ensure a business will fly or fold. And there's no bringing them back. So before you press that button, remember, we never really know what our decisions will look like until they've already been made. You need to make a decision. A chartered accountant will help you make a better one.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
This is gonna be good.
Turn Sunkist Naval Oranges into hockey gear. Look inside every specially marked package for your $10 off coupon at Sport Check. And a chance to win $100 gift cards for Sport Check or your local grocery store. Check out this sporty offer at sunkisthockey.com or your participating grocery retailer. You won't just get a great deal on hockey gear, you'll also get delicious oranges from Sunkist. Get your specially marked packages of Sunkist Naval Oranges now at Safeway, Sobeys, Foodland, and Price Chopper.
Putt for a chance to win $100,000 in the White Ice Challenge. Brought to you by Odyssey Golf. Win a trip to the Tim Hortons Briar in London and putt on the curling ice during the semifinal for all the money. Go to whiteicechallenge.curling.ca to enter.
At CIBC, our employees work every day to help our clients achieve what matters most to them. And for over 140 years, we have been there for Canadians, helping them buy their first homes, helping them grow their businesses, and providing them with retirement advice. Because what matters to our clients matters to all of us at CIBC.
Tomorrow on E! They've conquered LA. They've taken Miami. Now it's New York's turn.
We love New York! Let's go, let's go, let's go! I'm excited to be single and do whatever the hell I want. Have fun with your new boyfriend. Oh my God. Fancy schmancy.
Forget trying to make it here. Courtney and Kim are gonna take it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Courtney and Kim Take New York. Premieres tomorrow. Because if it's Sunday, you know you're watching E!
it sure helps take the pressure off. This key shot is brought to you by Canada's Chartered Accountants. Decisions matter.
Well, she did have 2 shots, albeit both tough. Come around tap, which was very tough, and Kevin knew this shot was here, but this is a world-class shot. Just curls enough at the end. Well swept, sticks it for 2.
And the opening skin and $1,000 to Cheryl Bernard. And so we go to the second. So we welcome you back to the Entertainment Center here at Casino Rama. The TSN Curling Skins game, the second semifinal. It's also worth the second end $1,000, but this time Kevin Martin has the last rock. Playing Yellowstone, so he'll need to score the 2.
Going hard. Right to forefoot. Okay, whoa.
Now, to be honest, I think the majority of people would think that the advantage in this game is to Kevin Martin. Men's game versus the women's game, but Martin says there's something about Cheryl's game that people forget.
Cheryl's different when it comes to women's curling in that she loves the angle raises and the raised doubles, which you saw in the trials. She made 1 million of them. So that's something a little different in a women's game that most can't play. And so when it comes to skins games, that's kind of the way of skins, is to lob a bunch of rocks in there. In the end, you need to make the big shot. And that's something that she's able to do that I don't think most women's teams are. So she has an advantage over most ladies' teams when it comes to skins games. So that's something we have to be careful of, is not to leave her a shot like that.
Isn't it funny how it works out? Kevin Martin found that out in the first.
And great play by Cheryl to put the first one in, a little tap, and then to win the skin on her own second shot on an in-off.
You got it.
Oh, 2 perfect curling shots and totally different shots.
Great statement. Nice shot, Corey. Got a girl.
So we saw the biter, then the corner guard, and the corner guard actually picked and went over a little bit further than Kevin thought. And there's the center guard, and now struggling to control the front.
Lots of weight. And this is the move I like to see. Maybe it's a little old school, but this rock is a potential killer, this one here. Why not hit it? And most teams are trying to get around to get that 2-ender, and you have to decide whether you're going to be offensive or defensive and when you're going to make that move. I like that call.
What?
Okay.
I think that's the mistakes we saw earlier today. They left those rocks too long, and by the time they went to think about trying to either bail out, open up, or get away those opposition rocks, it was too late. There were overlap situations.
Line's real good. Where are we? Where?
Line only. Watch, it's the pig.
Whoa. Just here.
For deeper than that. I think we're back.
It's going sideways, though.
It's going sideways.
It's still back.
It's 10.
Okay, whoa.
Behind the corner?
Whoa. Okay.
Right before, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with that one going deep, I think they feel that stone is a little slow, and they gave a little extra, went deep, and now Mark has the free entry really into the house.
Oh, it's not bad.
Pretty good now.
Line's good.
The line's real good.
All there.
It's an over curl.
Fight top 4. Fight top 4.
Be buried around the corner.
Fight top 4. Hard.
This could end up around the corner guard, not the center. Wow.
Shot, Mark.
First for the intern through the hole, little jam.
It's you guys.
Nice shot.
Okay.
Carolyn Derbyshire. Yes, she is from Manitoba. Originally Arbor, Manitoba, up on her toe.
No.
Just 7.
No, close for a rub. Yep. Whoa, off.
Whoa, it's gone.
Yep.
Go for a rub, and then it goes sideways and ends up where you want it anyway. So again, you have to believe it's going to hit that spot. It's perfect.
That's good weight.
What kind of weight do you like? Board? Okay.
Yeah, hacky board.
Through the port.
Boardish?
What's better to do here?
Boardish.
Yeah.
Try to hit about
Board should be real
3/4
good
high
here.
side, Marcus.
Okay.
Heady. Yep. Mark Kennedy.
Real hard.
Martin's telling
Real
us
hard line.
everyone in St. Albert was thrilled with the Continental Cup last week. He was the spokesperson. By one, by two, hacky board is what he called it.
Hard tap. Shot, Mark. Nice shot.
So sitting on the edge of the 4, Martin is sitting 1. He needs 2 for the skid.
Great shot through the port. Also notice what Kevin Martin does. There's the play. Now watch him sweep the rock a lot. Quite often you just sort of ignore the rocks going into the 12-foot. But if you're not careful, those in-offs are going to be left just like last end. And you're going to give your opponent a chance to make a double or a great roll. So you have to be on top of every rock.
Yeah, Kevin learned in end number 1 not to leave her that shot.
Might have to go line.
Susan O'Connor.
7-8. I'll clean. Yep. Hard.
There goes.
Hard.
And it does. It is just a diving towards the center guard. Good scrub by Derbyshire. Morris. And they almost wrap it around the stone edge of the 4. It curled that much.
Problem with that call is they run
Great
through the
teamwork
whole
with
double.
Bernard. They're really on top of the line and when to get on the brushing. They really, it seemed, have learned from watching the first semifinal. And get it by so that shot through the port is not as easy.
Just firm.
Yeah, well, we don't want to tick this one, eh?
So just,
How about control?
just normal.
Yeah, we want to make sure we don't hit this one.
Okay.
Tough shot. I know they just played it, but they're going to play with a different speed than Kennedy had.
Oh.
It's easy to run a lot straighter with the big weight.
No.
Yep. On the other
Watch this,
yellow.
Mark. Watch this. Watch, Mark. Yep.
That actually worked out quite nicely for Johnny. He's opened up the shot rock and get at the shot rock with an angle raise, and he has the out-turn raise if he needs it. So he's got 2 or 3 options no matter what Cheryl does here.
Yeah, I don't know how we get there, but what about even just the come around center to top 4?
Like here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Think I can throw the same?
I haven't still tough to get to, but I think that'll be good, Sue.
Love to sit 2 here,
Line's real
Linda, but there's
nice.
not a lot of
6.
room to get it into the top of that 4-foot without setting up a
Line's real
double.
nice. All yours.
Full 4.
Top 4. Lots of line.
Whoa,
Wait
whoa,
only.
whoa.
Wait only. Whoa. Just fighting 4.
Whoa.
Not
No
deep.
double.
We're not
T-line.
deep. Way back then. Yep. Go. You gotta go. Whoa. Off.
Stop.
Okay, that's good. Great call and weight, you guys.
Just goes where it wants to. Good job.
Well, we've played skins and we've talked about the things you need to do with the hammer. You try and get something in there and leave yourself 2 ways in to get that second point. Without the hammer, control the front, overlap rocks, take away those raises. And remember, you do have to be prepared because you don't have a lot of time to plan it out during the end.
John Morris trying to run it back.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa, guys.
Whoa.
Come up just a hair for the double.
1. Oh, and he just drove it by.
Good shot. Beauty.
Just missed it. Attaboy. Good shot.
And that redstone is getting surrounded now.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bad
That's
kick.
real good. Real good.
I actually don't know if you've guarded.
Very predictable. That one seemed to do exactly what they thought as far as running relatively straight.
On this one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure how to get there, Sue.
No, I know.
Because the out-turn's really tough because the guard's so high. Unless we come in. Like I do think. I think come in here. I just think it's impossible to throw that guard. Yeah, go there.
Why is that, Russ? Why are they saying impossible to put up the guard?
Well, they've
Yeah,
been
go
going out almost to the
sideways.
edge of the 12-foot for the rock to be in that position. So to throw the guard, you're throwing it lighter. It's going to curl a little more. And I think they're worried they've got to go almost out to the carpet
The guard's
to
just-
make
I
it.
don't know
And
where I'd
I
throw for
kind of
volley now.
disagree in the situation. I think he could
Everything's high
go,
score.
outside edge of the 12, throw a little more rotation as Martin demonstrated last end, and they could keep it a little truer. But I think Cheryl's going to try to come in here. Again, she's got to be really careful not to set up a raised double here.
Wait, close.
Be tempting, Linda, to guard the top yellow. Martin makes the angle yellow, and then you come around everything.
I think I would definitely give it a go. You actually might be able to guard from this side, to be honest with you, and over curl the whole thing.
5, 6. Through it nice and straight.
All yours.
Okay.
All yours.
All yours.
All yours. Yep. Room 6. Room. Yep.
We're playing skip stones here
Just
in the
right.
second. It's
Just right.
$1,000 skin.
Yep. Nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. It's good. It's good.
I think it's fair to say at the curling trials and again in Vancouver, the Olympics, we saw one of the most positive attitudes in any curler, in any athlete. And Cheryl Bernard has that same attitude here in the skins game.
You know, you always hope you have a chance. So yeah, I'm an optimist. They have more pressure. Boys don't like losing to the girls. So we're gonna go out and throw everything we have at them, and we'll see.
And of course, those of a certain age will remember Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean King back in 1973.
That's true.
No one was going to beat the guy, said Bobby Riggs, until Billie Jean handed it to him.
Wow. I just took off. Got lucky. Yeah, I just took off on me, Johnny.
Big chance here.
Can I tap this? I think if line's perfect, like
Yeah, then you
buried.
can.
Yeah.
Okay.
73 top. Same weight's great.
With a little bit of sweep.
Yeah. Pink, freeze right down on top of it.
Okay.
It was a nice throw.
It's hard to believe.
I know.
Would you always talk, both of you, about what you leave.
Yeah.
Now, she wants to come down and put it right on top to sit 1 and maybe 3. Would you ever play something to get rid of those other yellow stones in the house?
Yeah, you really could, Vic. If you could make that double roll buried, I like the call, but they're staggered a little bit. There's a really good chance that top one at the top 8 foot would come into towards the button. So I think it's just too tough a double.
And actually moving them, Vic, might actually benefit.
And here
Kevin.
again, hits this center guard. They've got to fight to get it by. Oh, terrific brushing. Morris and Derbyshire wanted it right down on top on the corner. She's actually over curling the spot and will snuggle up to sit 2.
Yeah, it looks pretty, but for Cheryl, she actually left a spot that's a little easier for Kevin.
Yeah.
It ended up in really the wrong spot.
Yeah, and in hindsight, a lot higher would be a lot better. It still has to be executed properly. Kevin's got to be pretty precise, but it's definitely an easier shot than it was before.
And you can see now that yellow one before was a very steep angle. Now you're driving it into a slightly different angle, and the reds will rattle around.
Really thin, about 2.5 inches of this yellow one on the top 8 foot. Lots of weight.
Final stone. He needs 2 for the skin. He says he got lucky with his first. Here he goes. Final stone. Drive it into the pocket. Move it far enough.
Just didn't predict the curl.
Will not, and it's a steal. Bernard will steal one more. He tried to drive it into the pocket. Bernard puts another grand in her pocket.
Despite what you've heard, opportunity doesn't knock, and it definitely doesn't have a ringtone. In the movies, opportunity arrives on a white horse with a brass band. In the real world, it's a lot harder to recognize. It could be a green light or a pink slip. It could be invisible. It could look like a clown. So you'll have to decide. If you always find things in the last place you looked, will opportunity give you that luxury? You'll need to make a decision. A chartered accountant will help you make a better one.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
going to be good.
Putt for a chance to win $100,000 in the White Ice Challenge. Brought to you by Odyssey Golf. Win a trip to the Tim Hortons Briar in London and putt on the curling ice during the semifinal for all the money. Go to whiteicechallenge.curling.ca to enter.
Sometimes you don't need to get it there fast. That's why FedEx has reliable, less urgent options to the U.S. too. Relax, it's FedEx.
3M brings you a revolution in hockey stick tape, giving you maximum control, superior grip, and vibration reduction. Introducing the 3M Liquid Flex Stick Coating, the official tape of Hockey Canada. 3M Hockey, exclusively a Canadian Tire.
Everything seems better when your vacation's free from Travelocity.ca.
Look at the sunset.
This driftwood looks like a dolphin.
It really does.
Book your next trip with Travelocity.ca and it could be free.
It's go time.
The standard by which all others are measured. The 2011 Lexus RX 350 is now available with a $2,000 cash purchase incentive or 2.8% lease or financing. Lease for just $498 per month. Seize the moment. Lexus.
At CIBC, our employees work every day to help our clients achieve what matters most to them. And for over 140 years, we have been there for Canadians, helping them buy their first homes, helping them grow their businesses, and providing them with retirement advice. Because what matters to our clients matters to all of us at CIBC.
You know, when you see a shot like this, you just think this is automatic for somebody like Kevin Martin.
You do. He throws the big weight, and he's got the brushing to hold the line. The only mistake you could really make is to let this over curl, and that's the mistake they do make. Thinner, you're driving it the right way to make the reds rattle. This way, it sticks, and that's a steal.
Yeah, the red didn't go far enough. That was the 1 point that Bernard needed for the steal. And so she has the lead. She has taken the first 2 skins. She's up by a couple of thousand. Now we add a little more money, $1,500 at stake here in the third. Once again, Martin has the last rock. He has the hammer, playing the Yellowstones.
Hard, guys, hard,
so he will need to score 2 for the money.
Hard, go, 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 hard, hard. Oh, good sweeping. Oh, 8. Besides that?
No, you're not sliding.
You're not sliding.
It's going to be an interesting mental battle here, Linda. You know, you've got Cheryl's team who's happy to be here, and 2 nice skins and played really well. They deserve them. And Kevin, who's used to incredibly good ice all the time, and can it get in his head here? You know, it's he knows he's expected to win, and we all know better. They're both 2 great teams, and anybody can win on any given day. But it's tough on the old ego the way this game started.
Shot.
I think in particular seeing that it's happening at Skips Rocks. Now, of course, it happens mostly at the conclusion of an end. But Cheryl's shots are having such a huge impact, and Kevin's front end are actually setting up pretty well for him. So it can be frustrating, and that's the first thing you said today. You cannot let that happen. You have to park the mistakes.
Hard! Hard! Go, go, go!
Corey Morris.
Go! Hard!
Oh, nice brushing again.
Atta girl.
They have, so far,
Good sweep.
brushed some stones, saved many, whether it be this combination of O'Connor and Darbyshire or Darbyshire and Morris. Their brushing has been terrific.
Very good, Vic. And as I said, it's like a team shot. You manage it. You manage it with the shot call at the house end, and then at the hack end, you manage it as a thrower and 2 brushers.
It's over here.
And this one's already gone.
Grabbed.
Yeah, go ahead. Go, switch. Whoa, 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 kick off it a little bit. Whoa, 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 sorry, Kev. Hard. Okay, that's not how you throw it there.
No.
Yeah, no. Just got to bomb it back. I could have thrown back line.
Carolyn.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't have to be right in here. Okay.
I like the simplicity of Cheryl's call to hit that one in the rings. You know, when you don't have hammer skins game, you're pretty tempted to play around it. The way the Martin team can run them in there was smart to hit it. A little mistake by Ben in a soft spot. Now they got a great chance to steal.
Hard, hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
whoa.
That one's gone too.
You have to be
No,
prepared
no,
for
no.
a series to
No,
go over the
maybe
same
just
sort
try
of
to-
spot and maybe move the broom around a little bit and try and get by it before it makes its curl. It's not easy. The ice
You
is
threw
different
that
right
good.
across
Yeah.
the sheet, whether you
That's
talk
true.
about curl or speed. And that's the adapting I talked about. If you take the edge of the 12-foot with the broom, your draw speed hog to hog is 14 seconds. If you go closer to the middle, you're down about a second. And that's a pretty dramatic change. Add to that you get actually pretty different curl. It's a lot of management going on every time you put down the broom.
Exactly, and it also looks like when it is out wider in the quick stuff, the sweepers are more effective.
Yep.
Weight's good.
Okay.
And so, Vic, they'll have to look at turn as well as
No, line's
position
good.
of broom and what shot to call every time. But that's the part of the coping we started talking about. You saw it in the first semi. You have to figure it out.
Well, it's as fair for one as it is for the other, isn't it? So deal with it.
Well, you, Russ, being a former pro golfer, a professional CPJ, a pro golfer, you know what it's like. We often hear, you know, golfers on a green. Well, it'll be faster this way because the grass runs this way, or you know, you're going against the blade of grass. I mean, there are comparisons to be made.
Well, excellent analogy, Vic. You know, it can rain, it could be 30-mile-an-hour wind. You've got all these different variables, and for the most part, the top players in the world, certainly in Canada, are blessed with great conditions.
And here again, look at this, O'Connor, Morris, one more. One more? No, not this time, but they'll leave it out in front, so it might be usable.
Really smart miss, if we can call it that. It was a good try, actually, but it ended up in a nice spot. Kevin's going to have to deal with it. He'd love to get to the inside, but to do that, he has to be pretty close to that long yellow guard.
Back.
Mark Kennedy.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Close. Yep. Hard. Real hard.
Hebert.
Whoa.
Morris.
Right up.
By the guard. Can they get across the nose a little bit?
Shot.
Just enough.
Now that's the kind of shot that they make all the time on this Martin team, and that's the kind of shot that's really going to get Kevin into a good spot. It's starting to overlap red rocks that could be moved in. That's what they have to figure out with this sheet of ice.
Perfect throw by Mark, a huge rotation. I think this is makeable, but the Bernard teams miss this one a lot. It's Ben just did it too. You have to be almost in your mind, Linda, maybe a back 8, back 12 mentality, which you hate to do in curling. You usually like to give it to your sweepers. You got to be aggressive with the speed, because this just busts off the hill and dies.
And look at the rotation on the stone from Susan O'Connor, as if they've picked up on it as well. And O'Connor is down on the corner. And a quick glance, it appears that yellow is still shot. That's Martin's first of 2 he needs.
Yeah, we got to move it around.
They're really close, but you can't leave it there. That's the thing for Kevin. He has to figure out a way to get that off the top button.
Sure.
Tough shot. It's there. There's definitely the movement, but can John adjust his weight? He has to throw a hair more than he'd like to. And is it going to run straight with that extra weight?
Back line. Okay, whoa. No. Don't let that through. Stay close. No.
Oh, this could jam. This could jam. They might have to take it by.
Hurt. No, we don't have that. Just a little heavy is all looking on board here.
They thought at the last moment, Linda, of maybe playing the wick off the guard. Huh?
There was a plan B attempt, but just too much weight, and that's whenever you're looking at situations where the speed's a little different, the curl's
really
a little
close,
different,
I
you
don't
start
know.
to second guess in the hack. You have
Play
to
to come right
trust
down
and
on
just
top of
kick
it.
out with the right weight
Are we
and let
just
it
giving
go.
them, how much do they have of this one?
None.
None? Okay, just come down here.
No.
Yeah. Same thing.
Short's my error, right?
Yep.
Susan O'Connor.
4.
And right out of her
Mine's
hand,
straight.
Morris and
Mine's
Derbyshire
straight.
pick her up.
3. Hard then. Hard.
So
Hard.
calling that it might just be in front
Hard.
of the
Not there,
house.
then off.
Whoa.
Off.
Whoa.
No,
Throw
overcurling.
a curl here.
Sorry. Talked myself into that.
Okay. Good sweep.
We're shot.
We
I
just
don't know,
got
Johnny.
to just throw it
Who
in.
shot?
We are. Do you think
We
they
are.
make this out turn tapper on the back line?
I don't mind trying that.
I think that's there.
Huh?
Yeah.
It'll be there for sure. Same weight or even a little less. Just here.
Either that or the double peel.
It's not terrible either. Got third shot.
I don't mind. I like either one, Kev.
What do you like, Johnny?
Yeah, well, double peel, if we ever lose that one, she makes the
Okay,
bump in the nose here, we're dead.
Just back ring?
Yeah, just through the house.
Same sort of weight?
Weight. You were almost.
A little less.
Same weight's close, though.
A little less.
Rock, right? Sure, yeah.
Now, it's interesting, Linda, when you think back, they asked, Cheryl Bernard said, how much can they see? From the hack, they said nothing. So Martin believes that he can see enough, or the curl's enough to get him a look at it.
The curl's enough and the guard is long. That combination makes it makeable.
No.
Whoa.
And there it goes.
And Morris is all over that guard.
Do I have my 7 still, or no? Did I get rid of it?
You still have it.
Okay, I'll figure that out.
Sorry, you still have it.
So you can hear them talking about stones, ones that maybe Kevin would be more comfortable throwing. They're obviously having a little trouble sorting them out through the first 2.
That's the hardest part, Vic. With a talented team and great ice conditions, you can figure the stones out pretty quickly. If the ice is a little bit different, when you miss a shot like Kevin has, do you blame it on release? Do you blame it on speed control? Did you have the broom in the wrong spot? Is it the ice? Could be the rock. And as Linda said, you start thinking of way too many things.
And we swept, but not a lot. Yeah, you didn't have to pound.
Yeah, her second one was an
70
80.
would be good.
Cheryl Bernard in her first. And where's she going, Linda?
Right on top of it, Vic. I thought she actually might take the raise away,
Yes,
but she's bringing it right in.
because the raise is easier now unless this is perfect. Not a ton of ice for Cheryl here. Susan throws more rotation.
3. Hard then. Yep.
And
Hard
again,
then.
right
Go
out of
hard.
her hand.
Go hard.
hard.
Hard, you guys. All you
Go
got.
hard.
Go.
Morris, Derbyshire. Got to come through the hole.
Yeah. Hard. Hard. Whoa. 6. Yep.
And right down on top.
Great sweep in.
And it is shot stone with a little bump.
Good shot. Great sweep. 3. I'm like, uh-oh. I know. Good sweep.
And Cheryl just keeps pouring it on. She knows exactly what she wants to do. This was not a simple shot to figure out the way in, but in it came.
I think all Kevin has here is half of this one onto the high side of the second, onto the third, and he could actually make the back double here and sit 1 if everything goes properly. Can move all 4 if he gets it just right.
Don't often say it. Kevin Martin is needing a little confidence boost here.
A little wide there.
And he won't get it with that.
He really tried to throw that hard.
Yeah, but, you know, he's trying to move all 4 rocks, but you obviously didn't have to throw quite that hard. And a little, if Kevin's going to make a mistake on the in-turn, it's easy to pick on him now. He's only the gold medalist.
Did I get
he
out
does
there?
flare that out a little
Yeah,
bit.
but I think with guard
The harder you
weight,
try to throw it, the more you flare it.
Middle
right?
of 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it interesting here? Now, going back to your previous comment, it looks like Cheryl's going to play another shot like that or plug the hole, Linda. Would you not try to take away again that double angle raise on that other side from Martin, or is this the shot?
But when Cheryl came in the way she did top 4, the angle on the other side is more difficult now.
Okay. So it might run a little better.
Mine's good. Typically.
3, 2, 3. Mine's great. Wait
Mine's
only.
great for 2.
Wait only. Just easy. You might overcurl.
That's
Whoa.
clean.
Yeah, gotta go for line. Gotta curl.
Whoa,
Gotta
whoa,
go.
Careful, it's sliding.
Sliding. We're
Roll
grid.
in.
Whoa, then whoa.
Right off.
Whoa.
Right off.
Whoa. Good. Yep. Good. Okay.
So she fills the hole, and right now, and boy, Morris knows exactly what they're going to be playing.
Good.
Has the brush down. It is Cheryl Bernard in position again to steal the skin of $1,500.
This is here, but the long yellow guard is really in play. Kevin has to hit probably a thin half to a third. He can only see about a third, so this has to graze that top guard.
Final stone. Hasn't looked comfortable. Kevin Martin all on its own. Run it back. Yeah, he won't be able to move it. And it'll be a steal again. Cheryl Bernard.
Sometimes you don't need to get it there fast. That's why FedEx has reliable, less urgent options to the U.S. too. Relax, it's FedEx.
I live for the big hit.
Yeah, baby!
That's why I love the big hit of chocolate I get from Kit Kat Chunky. Oh! That's a lot of chocolate.
Crispy wafer and a big hit of chocolate. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat Chunky.
Mike, you're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Eat a Snickers. Better?
You're not you when you're hungry.
Bear.
Snickers satisfies.
Molson Canadian 67 has 67 calories. That's about half the calories of wines or mixed drinks. With a clean, crisp, fresh taste. So you can have a little. Or you can have it all.
Decisions. They're the weapons we use to change the game. Bring the bottom line up or take the competition down. Just one decision can ensure a business will fly or fold. And there's no bringing them back. So before you press that button, remember, we never really know what our decisions will look like until they've already been made. You need to make a decision. A chartered accountant will help you make a better one.
This is gonna be good. Wait, what day is it? Is it Tuesday? That can't be Tuesday. It was Tuesday last week. There's no way it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Every sandwich has its day. King Deals. A different sandwich every day of the week for $1.99. Burger King.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
January 30th.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, man!
To a place where you can see the best football players on one field. The NFL icons, the young guns, the playmakers.
Midfield! He's at the 40! He's gonna go! Deshaun Jackson!
This isn't a Hawaiian vacation. It's hard hitting. Football. The NFL Pro Bowl. January 30th at 7 on TSN.
Do you know that 1 in 5 Canadians will experience a form of mental illness at some point in their lives? The Let's Talk Awareness campaign culminates with Bell Let's Talk Day on February the 9th. On Bell Let's Talk Day, Bell will contribute 5 cents for every text message and long-distance call sent to mental health-related initiatives. Well, Cheryl Bernard, I think, has surprised so many. She's taken the first 3 skins, won the first by scoring 2, and has stolen 2 and 3, has a $3,500 lead, as now in the 4th. It is
just leave it.
a $1,500 skin available, and once again, Kevin Martin will need to score the 2 to win the money.
Okay,
Now, let's.
good throw, Corey. Try the out turn.
I'll ask you the same thing I'd ask of anybody who is struggling. Is it time for Kevin to simplify his game a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. We talked about it all along. We talked about it at the St. Albert event with in any of the skins matches, and here.
About it, Mark. It's going to the weeds.
First of all, to give him some kudos here, if something like that happens, you can't do anything about it. Like, there's been a few picks there's a few spots in the ice that are very tricky. But yes, exactly. It's not the type of ice that you see the high percentage shots made. So you can't play that style. You can't think that way. And Kevin did start to give him a bit of credit keeping it clean early in that end. But Cheryl's curling like 100%, so that's the other problem here.
It is. But you do have to be careful not to get quite so frustrated. I think Kevin is anticipating that it's going to be a mistake before the rock is thrown. You have to go into it with a positive attitude and take from it what you can.
A little more, a little more. Yep. I think don't ice
now
that
both
rock
of those
off.
guards are
Like, I know
usable
it
for
picked again
both
too,
teams,
but
and this is a little bit of a race to get in first to then put the pressure on the other team to make the more finesse shot.
Should be good here. Line's good early.
Line only.
Line's good.
Not heavy.
Line should be good.
All there.
Line's good. Might
All there.
overcurl.
So this is
Clean
that
it, clean
edge
it,
of
clean it.
12 spot we were talking about, where the pebble is a little fresher, the heat is a little bit different, and so the rock slides much differently, a much truer path into the house. Very nice shot.
Very good.
Wow, there's just a little more
It's the
pebble
only,
there.
it's the only predictable shot on the ice. That one.
What do you have? Half of it?
Just half, not quite.
I like this call too, and there's back to Vic's point. You could play the freeze here. What are the odds of going through the middle where the ice is a lot slower and making that shot? So why not hit it? It's a good call.
Hard! Whoa, whoa!
We're really soft. Soft weight.
Close! Whoa!
Got it.
Sorry, Carolyn. Good throw.
And the
No, it was
roll
good,
and
sorry.
Was it a little down? That was
and
nice
the
throw.
goal out the side.
Get away with a hair more. Your line's perfect. Hair more
Try
line.
this guy. Tighter guard. Here.
Okay. Throw one here at all? I threw one in practice, right on this line, actually.
Yeah, it should. It's curling nice here, Mark.
Yeah.
Nice and positive.
They're choosing to come around the guard that's slightly tighter to the rings. The one red one picked and went sideways, and so stopped very quickly. And so they're trying to get into a position where they can have a slightly better guard once this one is in the rings.
It's pretty good.
And you know what? We've seen it.
It's buried for sure.
The picks of stones, we saw it in the earlier semifinal. And Russ, Lindy, both said, keep the brushes down. Just clean it as you go.
Yeah, we noticed that with Murdoch's front end. He lost a few early in the game, and his front end had the sticks up. And no, you've got to keep it down there. There's no question about it.
Can you get to it this way with the out turn?
Probably. It curls so much.
I think just even if we just sit there and tap it open, hey?
Maybe board.
Board? That much?
Hack? Hack? Sure, hack's good.
I don't know about you, Linda, but I like the input from the thrower. Cheryl's the boss. She's the skip. She ladles down the ice. She's got the strategy, but it's nice to have a little input on a shot like this for speed control.
Back line.
Well, definitely for the person in the hack, having some feel of the spot. I just think they have to be careful down the middle that they don't pull it back too much.
No kidding.
And they've got to really work to get it by the corner guard. Very nice. Boy, I tell you what, the brushers today so far have been brilliant. And look at the roll she gets as well to the edge of the four, and it's behind long guard.
That's pretty close to hack.
Just through the house.
Okay.
Now, you have to be careful, though, because that one of Martin's stayed in the rings. That's potentially the second point that he needs. And with this long guard, they can negotiate the spot and tap this one far enough to sit two.
Yeah, if it runs properly, Kennedy can make this for fun. So it's just a matter of getting the room in the right spot. Ooh, that's got a curl.
Whoa. Hard on the red.
Well, you got lots at half. It's rolling out. Just a little big.
Hey, Mark. Try, buddy.
Try, Mark. Oh, honey. Oh, not. I was talking to the rock, not Cheryl. I wasn't calling you honey.
Yeah, you're married, Kevin.
I got to be careful with girls out here.
Get one of them, yeah.
Even if I hang and it hangs and I make the double.
Yeah.
9?
9, yeah.
So very untraditional call here, playing the hit and roller double. Look at those big numbers for Susan. This is just because it's hard to get in a rock in a place where you can't get at it. So they're just eliminating right now.
Hard! Whoa, whoa. Okay,
when they
that's
just
good.
drive it
Shot.
through.
I don't know. Yeah, good job. Here you go. Good, John.
As we just talked about, she played the simplest shot. It doesn't put any pressure on Kevin, but where it stayed, it's tough for Kevin to get that out of there without jamming on something. He's going to play the come around, which is his normal reaction to this situation. But with the amount of curl, it shouldn't be that hard for Bernard team to get at it.
We saw a big difference in numbers. Susan O'Connor, third for Cheryl Bernard at 100%, and John Morris only at 50.
Bring behind the tee? Sure.
Oh, top eight.
Oh,
Whoa.
off. That just died.
Yeah, grab something there.
Think you got a
just put it in
straight
the
rock
rings.
there, maybe? Throwing the intern so much back, I'm just not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either. You could switch them if you want.
Every rock, though, so far has been straight with that one. So.
You want the same weight?
Yeah.
Again, just learning about the stones. Remember, it was Martin that had the option here to take hammer and stones, and so he did select the yellow stone.
He mentioned that John is inconsistent with his release. Another thing that happens when you're doubting the ice or not sure of the ice. Watch Susan play the hit very nicely.
Oh, to get the one at the back.
Nice throws, Sue.
Is it fair to say, Linda, Russ, when you are delivering the stone, regardless of the conditions, you want to throw it the same way every time?
Oh, for sure, absolutely, and it's the only way you can guess. It's the only sport that I know of that, in this case, Martin has to guesstimate, has to predict what John Morris is going to do. So if he's throwing it differently every time, how are you going to guess? So it's a marriage of putting that broom in the right spot and getting the right speed out of his hand, the same rotation.
I mean, the added variable, the ice and the conditions are a variable enough. You don't need to throw in the release.
No, you have to try and give them the same release. Now, they might have come into this game, as we mentioned, with a little different rotation, with a little bit of an in-out release to try and counteract the curl, but you have to do it the same every time. So in this case, Kevin can get the read of John's rocks.
Well, I don't know. It might be straight ass, Mark, but your intern, you're jabbing it quite a bit, so I don't know if it's straight, but I would change the rock. But this one I thought would curl more than it did too.
Yeah, really gotta go.
Well, that's great numbers from the third and skip positions, both at 100%.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And I tell you what, I'd give 100% of this front end for Cheryl Bernard and Carolyn Darbyshire and Corey Morris.
Good straight for you guys.
They brushed very, very well.
It is really interesting, though, when you get an early skin. We talk about that and how it goes on the board and you feel so much better. A big shot. Two big shots by Cheryl Bernard in the first end. The brusher's doing a great job. Susan O'Connor calling a great line. And your attitude is so different moving into the next end.
Oh, no question about it. You can see the lift and maybe a little air out of the tires for the other team.
Going back to this wide shot. John and Kevin trying to find a way to get a rock hidden that Cheryl will not remove.
Such a long guard. They'd like to keep this as high as they can in the rings, make it tougher to hit.
Kevin Martin and his first. He does have the hammer. He needs to score the two for the skin of $1,500.
Oh, it's gonna curl.
It should go.
You gotta go forfeit now.
Yep, go ahead. Go ahead. It should finish.
Hard.
It's finishing. Go.
Keep going.
Go. Keep her going.
No. Interesting. There's that. What you said, Linda. You've got to believe. Kevin, as soon as that stone came across the hog line, said, "Guys, it's going to curl." You got to. And for whatever reason, the others weren't quite believers.
It was that spot that we mentioned where you go wide enough, Vic, it doesn't curl as much. It slides more easily, and so he got caught in the in-between place. As you look at it, he probably should have realized he had to bring it deeper to try and force a finesse tap out of Cheryl and maybe get the mistake.
And just as they went to go deeper, it died a little bit. But it's not. This isn't a gimme. Cheryl can only see about half of this, and we saw Kevin Cooey miss one here to lose the eighth end skin in a very similar spot. In tight it'll go, out wide it won't. Have they got the broom in the right spot?
stone
Whoa,
for Cheryl Bernard.
Whoa, clean, clean. It's a great shot.
Nice one.
They're making it look easy.
Makes it go away, and so now
Well done.
Martin will have to put it
A tough draw.
in the 8-foot.
Real tough single.
Unless you think the intern's easier. The intern's more gradual.
No, well, that rock's a little easier to get by, so no, out-turn has to be easier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Something like that.
You're hearing more on this one.
Just because of that stagger, eh? It's
Maybe
Well, I know, but
probably, yeah.
well, neither turn's real easy, I'll tell you. That in-turn, I think the out-turn has more room.
Okay.
Basically, this area here is slower. Any rock, once it gets inside of this area at release or at any point in the end, it will start to slow down. So the problem with this rock is Kevin can't throw into the nice quick stuff. So he's not only going through these staggered guards, which isn't a big opening, but what is the speed here? He's going to have to throw maybe back what he feels is back 8, back 12 out of his hand. He's not trained to do that. He's trained to throw top 12 and give it to the sweepers.
But it's another reason why they had to bring his first one deep and leave him the same path that Cheryl played the tap on it. Leave him the free tap, freeway in, rather than having to find a new spot.
8 foot is what he needs.
just clean, not hard.
Kennedy, Ebert there. And so is the stone for the single. That should build a little confidence. So it's a carryover. And then we'll add a couple of thousand. We'll play for 3,500 when we pick it up here at the TSN Curling Skins game and end number 5.
The TSN Curling Skins game is brought to you by Casino Rama. This is gonna be good.
Curling in just a moment. Welcome back inside the Sports Center newsroom. We are getting set for the next edition of the show, which will come your way right after the curling. We have plenty of hockey to show you on that edition. We will begin with the Ducks and Habs. Saku Koivu back in Montreal, getting a standing ovation from the crowd. It's 2-1 Ducks in the second. Koivu is stopped, but Corey Perry is there to sweep home the rebound. That's his 25th. 3-1 in the third. Caps and Leafs 1-0 Washington in the second. Tyler Bozak on the breakaway, but Braden Holtby will keep it out, stopping all 17 shots 3-2. Ovechkin and Tim Brent have scored. It's 2-1 Caps in the third. Raptors and Heat on TSN 2. Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade out for this one. Mike Miller picking up the slack, though. He had 24 points in the first half. Heat up by 26 at recess. Now, the Islanders claimed of getting Nabokov off waivers, but he won't report. Details on SportsCenter after curling.
Despite what you've heard, opportunity doesn't knock, and it definitely doesn't have a ringtone. In the movies, opportunity arrives on a white horse with a brass band. In the real world, it's a lot harder to recognize. It could be a green light or a pink slip. It could be invisible. It could look like a clown. So you'll have to decide, if you always find things in the last place you looked, will opportunity give you that luxury? You'll need to make a decision. A chartered accountant will help you make a better one.
This is going to be good.
Well, it started in the very first end. A $1,000 skin and Cheryl Bernard. Well, we've become accustomed of these kind of shots. We saw them at the Canadian curling trials and then in the Olympics. The in-off, and it was perfect for the skin. She followed it up with a couple of steals and has a $3,500 lead over the Olympic gold medalist, Kevin Martin. And Kevin joins me now. Listen, I think I speak on behalf of all men. What the heck's the matter with you?
Well, we have to make a couple, I think, eventually. So we'll see if we can.
It is a struggle.
It's tough. It really is, but we'll keep at it.
All right, my friend. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Vic.
Go get him. Gosh, you're letting me down here, all right? Congratulations. You know what, Linda and Russ made mention. To get that first skin, to get it in the fashion that you did, takes a lot of pressure off the team.
Yeah, that's all we ever expected to get, so we were pretty happy when we got that first one.
There you go. The other thing, too, is I thought, well, you're curling 100%, Susan's 100%. Your front end of Carolyn and Corey are brushing the lights out here.
Well, that's the trick on this ice, and so, you know, I'm going to pass on Ben now. I'm keeping Corey.
That's it. Yeah, well, enjoy the second half.
All right, thanks.
It's a big lead. Who would have thunk it so far? Through the first four, it's a $3,500 lead for Cheryl Bernard.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
Hi, you may know me as a 6-time medalist in both the Summer and Winter Olympics. What you might not know about me is that for 2 difficult years I battled depression. 1 in 5 Canadians is affected by mental illness, and many will not get the help they need because they're afraid to talk about it, and this has to change. So on February 9th, let's talk.
Everything seems better when your vacation's free from Travelocity.ca.
Look at the sunset.
This driftwood looks like a dolphin.
It really does.
Book your next trip with Travelocity.ca and it could be free.
It's go time.
Are you and your gray hair facing an identity crisis?
My hair says experience. My hair says energy.
Touch of Gray. The best of both combs away a little gray, never too much, just right.
Now I look like I know what I'm doing and can still do it.
Touch of Gray. This is gonna be good.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
As we welcome you back to the TSN Curling Skins game here at the Entertainment Center of Casino Rama. And all the money so far has been won by Cheryl Bernard, $3,500. She's pitching a shutout so far against Kevin Martin as we join Linda and Russ.
All right, Russ, I have to get it out. I know before the game you talked about Cheryl Bernard and how her style of play would do very well, but right now Kevin Martin is battling less the opposition and more his frustration with the ice. Lots of cash left. He has to shake that off.
He really does. And, you know, sure, there's been a few picks. You can't do anything about that, but he has to stay in the game. Cheryl's playing on the same sheet. They're making a lot of shots. They're a positive attitude, and Martin's a pro, too. He knows all the money's still available, and I think he's going to make her work for it, but he's going to have to play well.
Well, and back to the style of play we talked about, more shots that are set up shots, leave himself a way in, a little easier shots.
A little more simple. You know, he did it a little bit in that last end, and Cheryl did, too. They started to hit instead of playing the big come-arounds, and I think that's the only way you can attack this situation.
When we come back, we'll be playing for $3,500 as the TSN Curling Skins game continues.
And thanks to our advisor, Andrew, and Sun Life, because I never really thought that we could ever retire the way we want to. We're all right.
Whenever I'm asked to help our money last, I say that you will.
You're out of sight.
Fee, fi, fo, fo, bum. Look out, future, 'cause here we come.
If you're retired or almost there, get a Sun Life post-retirement plan. See how an advisor can help at sunlife.ca. Life's brighter under the sun.
They are some of the most memorable, dynamic, and interesting teams ever to run the race.
For us, every day is Halloween.
They didn't come in first. You are the last team to arrive.
You did the best you could do.
Some didn't cross the finish line.
You have been eliminated from the race.
But you love them anyway.
We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
For these teams, the Amazing Race competition has always been unfinished business.
You do not have your travel documents?
The stick shift was our downfall.
You guys broke a couple of rules.
We did.
Now they're going to get another chance. Go! To run the race again.
We like to win.
Dig deep.
Just keep trying. Try.
And prove they are the best.
We're bigger than the other teams and more charming.
What will it take to win $1 million?
This is do or die right now.
Shut up! What, were you parked a mile away?
We'll do anything for money.
You'll find out when your favorite teams return to finally finish what they started.
I'm surrounded by ninjas!
Let's go, we gotta go fast.
And prove they deserve another shot. The new Amazing Race for the first time in high def.
The season premiere of The Amazing Race Unfinished Business, February 20th on CTV.
This is going to be amazing. That's exactly what I was going to say.
The TSN Curling Skids Game is brought to you by Casino Rama. This is gonna be good.
All the money so far belongs to that lady, Cheryl Bernard. So far, she has $3,500 in her pocket, and the numbers tell a lot. Let's check them now. They're brought to you by Carlton Cards. Celebrate life's special moments.
Well, the interesting thing is the big cash on Cheryl Bernard's side, those steals as well. That's how she got the cash. But when you look at the numbers, yes, the hit percentage for Bernard is much higher than Martin, but the draw is not. They're pretty even. It is showing the big impact that Cheryl's style of play, of hitting rocks and leaving her shots in a better spot, is having on this game. Thus, the simpler strategy that maybe Kevin Martin needs to employ.
So as we begin here in 5, we carried over from the 4th. We've added to it, and so the skin here in the 5th is $3,500. Cheryl Bernard playing the Red Rocks has the hammer. She'll need to score the 2 to win the skin.
Boy, Ben, the backhand slap.
Very good. So here's what's still available on the table, as it were. $3,500 here in this end because of the carryover. Then we'll play for $3,000, $4,500, and $6,500. Still, $17,500 is left to be won in this second semifinal. And of course, the winner will go on to Sunday's final against the defending skins champion, David Murdoch of Scotland.
Runs a little better out there.
Yeah. And mop, probably. Stop. Stop.
That's a great shot.
Good,
Corey.
good.
Good judge, you guys.
That was lucky.
Great plan B for the Bernard front end area. It wasn't going to very good off of deep in front of the rings. It cannot be removed, not that Kevin would try it anyway. You can utilize that rock later.
Line's good.
Hard go.
Line's good.
Bury it. Hard, Marcus. Hard, hard, hard. Good scrub.
Shot,
Hebert
good.
wraps it around, tucks a corner behind the center line guard.
A very nice start by Ben. He got his guard to center line. That actually hasn't been so simple to have it stop near the center line. Often we see the overcurl and then the nice come around. And so the angle battle is starting. And remember, at the beginning of the game, Kevin Martin actually was doing very well with this battle of the angles. But it was Cheryl making some big hits at the end of the end.
Yep.
Another one that's taken off here. It's grabbed something.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Gotta bounce it off.
Stop.
Like it's grabbing right out of my hand.
You can go right to him, Mark. If you fully bury it, it's pretty good.
Just somewhere in
top 12. Top 8, top 4, whatever.
You know, we would think that with the experience of this Martin team, the Canadians at Worlds, at the trials, at the Olympics, I mean, there's, and, you know, on the World Curling Tour, his Grand Slams, he knows about pressure. But Russ, is this different, this pressure?
It is now. I think it is a little different, and you know he's going to be able to handle anything. If you can win a gold medal, you can handle anything. But this is different.
Did you see that?
For two reasons.
Nice recovery.
Yeah, we're just going to pick up this release here first.
How did you do that?
He had something under the rock as he was sliding, and look at this recovery. Look at the shot that was made, first of all, and now look at this recovery.
Unbelievable. He can feel it under his hand. It's like he's catching a fish. He actually had the presence of mind to drag it back, try to shake whatever was on under it, still get the release in time before he goes over the hog line, and had the presence of mind to throw the right way. Great shot.
Carolyn Derbyshire now trying to run back the center line guard into those two stones in the 8 and 4 foot, and she'll stuff it. And now they've got two lined up and just partially covered.
Just to finish on the thought, Vic,
3 feet short.
the pressure of the game is not the problem. It's that expectation. You kind of have it in your head. The media's been saying you should win, you should win, you should win. And keep in mind, Cheryl Bernard is it'd be like Annika Sorenstam in golf. There's a lot of males out there that wouldn't beat her either. And they're a world-class team, male or female. And that's kind of what Kevin Martin had to carry around coming in here today. And the ice is tough, and he hasn't handled that quite as well as he probably could have. But when you get some bad breaks and you get some picks, that hurts you too. So it's that's what's made the pressure a little different.
Good sweep, guys. Great sweep.
Great sweep. Didn't want to bounce too big, eh?
Yeah, I know. I thought we were just going to get by and tuck it.
Great spot.
Going to try it again. Morris O'Connor trying to hold it for Derbyshire. Did they? They will get them out. Gets one out, spreads them out as well, and opens up the 4 foot.
It's a very interesting looking house when you watch this one land. You see how the rocks spill. You see the Red Sea out in front, so there's lots of red stones that can be moved in. But also you see that yellow stone being pushed to the side 12. Again, we start to survey, and there's now an in-off over there. There's now some options available for Cheryl Bernard.
And even though the Martin team's played some great shots so far this end, at this point in time, Cheryl Bernard controls the front. That's what wins curling games.
Line's good.
Boy, they have to wait and wait and wait and wait until the Red Sea parts, and through they come.
Yep. Heart. Good shot, John.
Great throw.
Well, you have to give John and the rest of the team full credit. It appears that they had a little chat at the break and decided how they were going to handle this next end, and they are making some great shots.
Remember what's at stake here, $3,500. If Martin steals this, we're even. And all that through the first 4 is forgotten.
Yep, hard line. Hard. Gotta go. Hard, guys, go. Hard. 6. Hard, you gotta go.
They have been terrific so far.
Hard.
Through the first 4, Morris, Derbyshire. Not this time. They could not
Kevin, that one hit
drag
my
it
foot,
around. Lots of stuff out there, Linda, as you say.
I think this is
lots of red stuff.
Do you think they got control of the rings?
The stagger over there isn't helping them much.
No, couldn't make that.
Yeah, because I don't think they have that hole, or it's real tough.
No, they're playing the. I'm not sure what they're playing exactly. Maybe the double
If they
field.
make that in off, then we're in trouble.
Sure. Control. Sure.
Yeah.
So this is what I was talking about.
Easy control.
There are the red ones in. There was also this in-off I mentioned, and so I like the fact that Kevin is now analyzing what he thinks the easiest shot is for Cheryl and trying to remove it, rather than worrying about cluttering more rocks into the house.
Veteran move to hit your own rock. A lot of teams wouldn't see that. And the roll's pretty easy. You can roll just about anywhere in the rings and have it. And it, like you say, it takes us away. Don't want to get that red one.
Get it out of there.
Also don't want to take your own out.
That's okay.
Fine.
So in the middle, so.
Fine. No in off now.
Moved it enough.
Okay.
Those 3 stones that are just to the right of center line, they are, Linda, a little stagger, a little overlap that you just can't promote them directly, can you?
Yeah, a little tougher, and that's why Cheryl is going after the one that is the most available. It's one of those where you better make it now.
Susan O'Connor.
Yep.
trying to hold the angle, hold the line.
Sorry.
That's pretty soft.
Yeah, the weight wasn't really there, was it?
Hard. Good sweeps.
But the shooter stays in almost the same spot, so there's a chance they can be moved up by Bernard.
Out here someplace, as long as we're 8 foot.
You betcha. It's okay. Got a good feel for this draw, I think. Nope.
Oh, sorry.
We can't guard all those
You gotta be 8
raises,
foot,
so
Benny.
the best
Yeah, the
defense is a
T-line,
good
right?
offense here. They're going to try to sneak another one in, try to keep in front of the T line. They're way out there. This is the farthest they've been out going down this direction, Linda.
Should be very similar to the draw he played coming the other way because it's wide and it should be on that good path of ice. But as far as curl goes, it's a
bit
little
early.
guess.
Hard early.
T-line. Hard line.
Kevin Martin is first.
T-line.
8 foot is what he was looking for.
Room, Benny. Switch, boys.
Right on the T-line. T-line.
Right here.
on the T-line.
Right here, so there's no double. That's good.
Good shot,
Nice
Kev.
weight, Kev. Real good.
And T-line is what he'll have.
Good shot, Kev.
Well played in by Team Martin. They came out at the break here. The coach's
Like
pep
board
talk,
weight
whatever
again,
it
I
was,
think it's
they
easiest
played a nice end here.
That's true.
I think you can be on the firm side though, and it will still.
Yeah.
And if you got two different options
Yeah,
here too.
that one
hey?
and that one. Hey.
I don't think she can get shot.
Oh, yeah. Actually, not to shot rock.
Here's the thing.
Should be good.
Maybe just a touch more. Yeah. It's board. Okay.
Swangling it back.
She is, Vic. They said they have two options, but
Is the speed
the
same
easiest
pretty
one
much
is
as
to
it was? Yeah.
raise it onto that first yellow, not have to negotiate further to get to the second one.
Bernard needs 2 to win the skin. This is her first here in the 5th end of play. We're $3,500.
Yeah, then. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard.
Trying to hold the line. Need to angle it back to get the stone on the
hard.
forefoot. Did they hold it for her? Angle it back. Is she going to catch enough? Did she move it far enough? No, she did not. And so it will sit for shot stone. That's the steal point
No.
right now for Kevin Martin.
Just a
Back edge
little
of the
light.
4.
That spot's not.
Well, the reason Kevin put a second one in is for this very reason. If Cheryl did make this raise, he would be then able to block maybe a carryover. In this case, because it didn't push it far
Can we throw
enough,
the same shot and get in there for a
he's
second, or
still
not?
able to maybe steal a
Threw
point.
that one pretty good, and we only got by a little. Then I don't know that.
I don't mind that.
With board?
Yeah.
What does she have with the guard?
Just sneak in there.
Yeah.
I thought they would guard the raise again.
Board should run pretty true here.
Yeah. Half rockish.
Yeah, half rock with board, sneak it in there.
Tough shot here with board weight. I think he threw a little more weight to bounce it across here. He obviously wants to stay in the 4-foot. He might get lucky off the one he just threw, and if he hits half a rock here, hits his own and comes up. But you're right, Linda, leaving that red tap, it's still there.
Final stone for Kevin Martin. Right now, he has the skin, the $3,500 in his pocket.
Get ready.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, come on, don't run straight now.
And it looks like it has.
That's okay.
Fine, Kev. I don't think you can make it with that weight.
Real tough. I would have thought that would curl a little. No, she hasn't, you know.
No. I don't think so. I could try this real thin again for, is it even there?
I think this might be in the way now.
Um,
I don't think that's that hard. Like almost a nose on the.
yeah. Or this one that I just threw, hey?
Is
But
that
that's
there?
pretty, I
don't
don't know.
think so.
I gotta see it. That's, yeah, I mean, that's pretty thin, Sue.
I don't think you ever stay there.
No.
Yeah.
The only one thing with that is we know the line, but that's a tough hole. And then just have to stick it too.
I think this is probably, it's just off nose, right?
Just off. I think you got to probably play at least control this time.
Yeah, 9.5, I'm thinking. That should be good. Okay. It's 9.5, I think.
They didn't think the in-off was quite there. It was physically there to hit a piece of it, but they'd probably never save the shooter. So they're going to try the double raise, I believe, Linda.
You know, this is the interesting point. We start talking about the tips and the rules, and one thing you could do is play the same raise and maybe jiggle the red and get the carryover. This is trying to get the deuce. So this is maybe forgetting that the other shot for the carryover is still there.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a lot tougher. They're going for the whole enchilada here.
9.5. Real close.
Final stone right now. The skin belongs to Kevin Martin. Trying to hold it again. Morris and Derbyshire. You can hear O'Connor. There's the one. There's the two. Catch it. No, she doesn't touch it on the way by. It was that close. That stone back four. That will give Kevin Martin his first skin $3,500.
You didn't want to get every skin anyway, did you?
This is going to be good.
Decisions. They're the weapons we use to change the game. Bring the bottom line up or take the competition down. Just one decision can ensure a business will fly or fold. And there's no bringing them back. So before you press that button, remember, we never really know what our decisions will look like until they've already been made. You need to make a decision. A chartered accountant will help you make a better one.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
It's the Moores 7-day wardrobe sale. Backed by popular demand, buy one, get one free on all suits, sport coats, dress pants, dress shirts, and ties. 7 days only. Sale ends Sunday. Moores, well made, well priced, well dressed.
Everything seems better when your vacation's free from Travelocity.ca.
Look at the sunset.
This driftwood looks like a dolphin.
It really does.
Book your next trip with Travelocity.ca and it could be free.
It's go time.
Sometimes you don't need to get it there fast. That's why FedEx has reliable, less urgent options to the U.S. too. Relax, it's FedEx.
Alrighty. Hello. You are a little biscuit. I'm Carol. We should skedaddle because it's girls' night. So, okay. Oh, wow. You got a skinny dipping scene after the duel, right?
Well,
Shh. Show. Don't tell.
Your favorite movies right when you want them.
Just a little. Okay. Oh, wow.
Watch unlimited movies and TV episodes instantly through your game console or other devices. All for only $8 a month from Netflix.
This could turn me into a history buff.
Tomorrow, the NFL Conference Championships are on CTV. First, a 90-year-old rivalry heats up in Chicago as Aaron Rodgers and the Packers challenge Brian Urlacher and the Bears. Then, Rex Ryan and the Brass Jets aim for another playoff shocker against Big Ben, the Steelers, and the toughest defense in football. 4 teams are left. Only 2 move on to Super Bowl 45. We're gonna win the game! The NFL Conference Championships, tomorrow at 2 on CTV.
This flashback is brought to you by Aspirin, one name for your different types of pain. And let's go back 2009, Casino Rama Skins game. In the final that year, Glenn Howard and Randy Ferbey. And both had dominated their semifinal games. Ferbey beat his rival Kevin Martin, and Howard was a winner over Jennifer Jones. And as it so often happens in skins, the final came down to the last rock. Glenn Howard needing to make a difficult run back to get the shot stone and force a draw to the button, but it just wasn't to be. And the game was over. Randy Ferbey and his team from Edmonton were the champions, and with it, a big payday of $70,000. And at the time, a Casino Rama skins game record. And as so often happens, as in that flashback, we saw one shot. One stone the difference, and that stone the steel point for Kevin Martin, and he picked up $3,500. And so through 5, we are all even. And once again, it is Cheryl Bernard who has the last straw, playing the red stone. She'll need to score 2 for the skin here in 6, and it is worth $3,000.
Fully inefficient. Whoa. It is going to stop, Mark.
I know. Sweeping for tight.
Beauty. Oh, okay. Oh. You knew what you were doing, Benny.
See how hard it is?
Well, you have to think that Kevin Martin's team feels a little more relaxed, has a little bit of the momentum back in the game, so a lot of good things happen. Cheryl didn't miss that last shot by much, but I still think I would have been tempted to go for the carryover and try not to give the cash over to Kevin.
Yeah, you can't get it back, and you have to carry over. You then have hammer, which is a slight mental advantage if nothing else, and you could be a chance to win all 6 ends. Then you'd be able to close Martin out in the 7th end. But she almost made that.
Hard. Go. Okay. Okay.
Here, Marcus.
Yep. Still lots of money to play for, a total of $14,000, $3,000 now, then $4,500, and finally $6,500. We're all even at $3,500.
Coming down a bit.
Whoa!
We're still there.
Line's bang on.
Gotta come down a bit.
Okay. Line's perfect.
Weight is real close.
Okay.
Top 4. Top 4.
Ben is coping with the ice beautifully. I hate to say it like this because it sounds kind of silly, but it's almost like you lob it out there with perfect weight, and don't rely on the brushers, and make sure it has the rotation, and don't play with it at all. Just get it out there because the rock will carry into the middle.
That is the tough part. It's easy to say, but it's tough for those guys. They tend to throw it that 5-6 feet light, knowing they can drag it, but not here.
5, lots of line. Line's good. Whoa line. You got a whoa. Got a whoa. No. Maybe going around it. Yep. Go.
Plan B, there's enough room here to get around it if they got the speed.
Whoa. 7, 8. Yep, now. Go. Yep. Hard.
Corey Morris
Okay.
will draw it T-line 4 foot.
Finally made a shot with that rock.
Through the rings?
Sure.
Okay. Let's just get rid of it.
Back line.
What's she gonna play?
Back line. Yep. Gotta go.
Mark Kennedy.
Gotta go hard to get by the yellow one.
Boy, Hebert. Morris, look at the scrub of Hebert closest to the stone.
Whoa! Close!
Yep. Good. Roll it. Nice shot. Well swept.
Big Ben will save you a lot of rocks, won't he?
Shot, Marcus.
Unbelievable.
Just a heavy draw, Carolyn.
Heavy draw?
Just back line.
So Cheryl's trying to play the weight that will curl a little bit and maybe chap and lie. There's lots of options with this weight. But again, it's a bit of a guess on the ice because it has a long way to curl.
9.
Carolyn Derbyshire.
No. 9. No. 8. No.
Even 7.
No. Nose in it. Yep. Nose it. Yep. Hard. Okay.
Shot stone.
Weight came down. Hey.
Still is Martin.
It didn't have
Just
a
like back
ton.
forest, back
Okay.
8.
Same shot.
That observation,
same
the weight
throw
came
exactly.
down. We've seen that today and this one tonight and this afternoon semifinal. There just seems to be an area, whether it be in the rings, in the paint, it dies quickly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they mean by coming down, and it's a feel sport. You have to, if you're going to play at this level, you have to be able to feel it. And as these guys are throwing these rocks, they feel like they're going to the back 8 foot, and they're not. And that fools the sweepers for a little while until you adjust. You've got to believe in that. They're really slowing down from the hog line in.
Bit more.
Okay, hold in. Whoa, guys.
A hair more.
Okay. Gonna have to wait for it.
Back line.
No.
He's got a curl to stop the jam.
Curl. Close.
Close.
Off. Yep.
Boy,
Cheers. Yep.
there goes.
Hard. Good.
Great shot.
Good shot.
Beauty.
Good shot, Marcus.
Really did it on his own. He took Hebert and Morris right out of the equation.
Identical.
You almost have to do it in some of
try
these
and open
shots,
this.
though.
Okay.
You can't just hope for it to be dragged along. And back to the point of this is a big turnaround mentally, it seems, for this team. They've decided how to cope with the ice, and they're very positive, and that's a beautiful shot. And shot making now is on the edge of the Martin team for sure.
Is it ever? Chance for two.
Okay. That's not bad, Carolyn.
Those two stones, 4 foot, 8 foot, are wide open.
Running it no matter where it is, so line's everything. Lob it up there.
Is Ben right? Doesn't matter if it's just over the hog line. It's all about the line.
A little high.
Well, you'd like it a little closer, Vic. I mean, yes, there are two rocks there, so it's hard to hit with any kind of weight if it's guarded, but you would like it a little tighter than that.
Whoa, over and off.
You ready?
Can you get the revenue?
Yep.
Yep. Hard.
Yep.
Hard. Little bounce. Get off there. Good scrub, guys.
Good shot. Well swept.
Like Brendan the Red?
Nice weight, John.
I think I like that.
It's a little thing, Linda, but where they stopped it, they wanted that by there, you know, the 3 or 4 feet, but once it died, they managed to sweep it to a spot that there's no double peel.
9, Sue.
Very tough. You'd have to hit it in between, and you'd probably save your shooter.
Move a lot of rocks, don't we? Think it'll run here? 8-8. Okay.
Big shot here. Playing the red one, if you miss the 2 yellows, they're all buried, and it's Martin's shot again, and it's going to be tough to get in there with only 3 rocks to go.
Shooting the puck. Running it back. 1. Oh, and she jammed it.
Super try.
Too good. It's good, Sue.
Intern come around there?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Intern come around.
My goodness. I like this.
Very nice weight, good line call, just a little bit off the double, but it is getting a little more complicated now, which Cheryl doesn't mind.
Yeah, you can pause it here, John.
As well as they played this end, you know, Martin's got to make this one. If Johnny doesn't get this in there, there is a half rock double to sit too, with the top rock buried.
Yep. Top 8. Hard. Come on. Go ahead. Hard line.
And here they go.
Hard line.
Hebert.
Hard line.
Hard for line. Got to get her bound the guard first. That's the first one. Now drag it as far as they can. Take it by the 1 top 12. And they will scrub it to the 4. Great rushing Kennedy and Hebert.
I guess we just got to give me draws.
I mean, that's proof they are really the best brushers in the world. We know they heat the ice. We know that they can carry the rock. But on these conditions, the fact that they can carry it that far is amazing.
I don't know too many other teams. You'd have to count them on one hand that could ever get that one by. It's just perfect, and pressure's really on Bernard now. All she can really do is tap this back and try to stay as close as she can to that red guard.
Just tack. Close. Whoa,
Little down, maybe.
Whoa. Whoa.
Not big.
Whoa.
Close. Not big.
Close.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
Derbyshire Morris now trying to match the brushing.
Whoa.
And she'll punch it back edge of the 8 and sit there for second shot.
Oh, man, that
But once again, she needs the 2
No. Good
for
throw,
the
Sid.
money. 1 would force a carryover. At the moment, though, Kevin Martin is sitting steel point.
Doesn't have anything with the interns.
Yeah, but there are more options, at least for Cheryl.
But then she'll do a turn draw.
Or she has a Hail Mary for deuce. I think either like this or the hit and roll.
Yeah, either are. Yeah.
I don't mind this.
Even freeze to this one.
I think we throw the draw in there, and anywhere there.
That's not bad, that freeze, Kev.
To here.
Yeah. Well, either one. Back one, too.
Or get second shot somewhere. Try through a T line, Johnny.
Okay.
So which one did they decide to freeze to?
I think they wanted the back
just rotate
8, but I think that's a B plan if it happens to run in this good stuff for a little while. If it does break, it'll die, and I think they just bring it right into the top of the 4-foot.
Worst case is though, get the second shot.
They know Cheryl has some options, and so Kevin, although you're saying steal, he's really guarding against the deuce.
Yeah, it's Cheryl's actually second shot, so he wants to get something else in there.
What's the hair light? Light, yep.
So a little light out of his hand, and Kennedy and Hebert hear him. Head down, boys. Head down. Fellas, we got to carry this now.
Hard, boys. Hard.
Gotta
really good.
haul it for the skipper.
Hard. Second
Bring
shot,
it as far as they can. Get it there for second shot. Morris out as well. Second shot.
Well swept, you guys.
And they will come up a little light. They knew it the minute he let it go.
All right, Cal.
And it's head down for both of them.
It's low hand, head over the brush head, and you get one leg outside the hip line. That means you're unstable, but you've got all the pressure onto that brush head. And they do it beautifully.
2 in a row, coast to coast. If anybody doesn't think curling's physical, take a look at that.
I mean, they're going to roll. Or if you just nose this one, you've got that double too.
I just don't
right?
think that, like,
Yeah.
I don't know that that
don't
gets
like
us
where
much.
it
It's
goes.
gonna jam there.
No, it's not that good there. And this, there's nothing on an in off here, right? That just goes into the. Okay.
No, I was thinking out turn. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Just cross face.
Yeah. Yeah, just cross.
8-8.
Maybe a little more ice.
Okay. 8-8.
My out turn. Yeah.
Okay.
They looked at both shots. The red rays right on the Casino Rama logo, straight back, but you'd have to make the yellow
Worst
double,
case, we
which
even
probably
open it
wouldn't
up.
clear the red on the side of the
Kinda
8
just
foot.
off nose.
This yellow almost straight back onto her own color makes it a little simpler. Even if she managed to move the shot rock and rolls out, she's then shot at the top of the 8 foot.
What about that stone that's sitting, the red stone that's sitting in the 8 foot?
It's tappable, Vic, but right now with her first, she's still trying to set up a deuce, and that might only get a carryover.
Cheryl Bernard in her first.
Whoa. Right off. Right off. Yep. Okay.
So it is still Martin sitting that one top 4 foot. That's the steal point. It's a $3,000 skin.
Well, unfortunately for her, the shooters
Throw
rolled to
less
a
ice
bad
with that
spot.
one.
Yeah, these are good.
It's pretty good.
It just comes
Barreling.
barreling.
It's the same yard as yours.
Okay.
Yeah, right here.
Halfway. Right on that deer.
Here.
This makes Kevin's choice a lot simpler with the shooter that was just used rolling over to protect that top 8 foot red. He's trying to then block the center line.
Which could block both, couldn't it? It could block the in-turn tap on the one in the 8 foot that Vic likes to tap, or that straight back right on the top of the 12 foot.
We're not taking to the ring.
Yeah, hard early. Yep. Hard
We're
early.
Kev.
Weight's hard.
We're not clean.
Weight's good. Okay, line's good.
Clean.
Line's good. No, line's
it's perfect.
good.
It's perfect.
Interesting.
Don't switch. Line's
Kennedy
good.
Mark hasn't let up. He's had the brush down all the time just to keep it clean.
Keep her going. Keep her going, guys. Keep her going. Keep her going. Good. Shot, Kev. Good shot. Doesn't trip.
Boy, I don't know. They're happy with it, but I think with the amount of curl, could you not throw a hack waiter with the in-turn and get across the face on that red one?
The
Or
only nice
maybe
thing
not.
about this is that you might get
I think
lucky
there's
umpires, but
support.
That's tough.
I mean, you'd have to play that with probably board.
Yeah, and then you don't have much weight to get anything out of there.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough. I think this is good.
Okay.
Didn't move, so I think there. Where are we hitting it? Just. Yeah, right there.
A little more than 3/4?
Yeah. Yep.
So red onto yellow.
It's a natural angle. If she hits it exactly like that,
Yeah,
hits
same
the
weight.
red one, it'll go back onto the yellow, and if it ever works out, she actually scores 2, but obviously the angle has to be absolutely precise.
And has to avoid the possible jam as well that might take a second point away.
At the back, absolutely.
It's a $3,000 skin available here in the 6th. Right now it's stolen by Kevin Martin. Cheryl Bernard, final stone. Derbyshire Morris called off. All on its own. There's the angle, run it back, jiggle, wiggle, roll, jiggle, wiggle, roll, jiggle, wiggle, roll, and it will roll just far enough. That stone just nibbling at the top of the floor will force the carryover. We'll add $4,500 when we come back.
Welcome back inside the Sports Center newsroom. I'm Holly Horton, and a reminder that the next edition of Sports Center will jiggle, wiggle, and roll its way to you right after the curling. Here is plenty of hockey highlights to show you, including Ducks and Habs. Montreal down 3-2 in the final minute. Max Pacioretty bangs home his second of the night to tie the game late. Ducks will go on to win this one in a shootout. Bobby Ryan with the winner. They take it 4-3. Caps and Leafs just over a minute into the third. Alex Ovechkin scores his second of 3 on the night, 18th of the season. Caps up 2-0. Now 2-1. Leafs turn it over. That springs Matt Hendrickson alone. Great move to beat J.S. Jaguar as the Caps will take that one 4-1. Raptors in heat on TSN 2. Toronto trailed by as many as 28 points, but the alley-oop from Jose Calderon to DeMar DeRozan helped trim the lead to 10 as they play on in the fourth. Raps down about a dozen with 2.5 to go. You can see it on TSN 2. World number 1 Caroline Wozniacki has moved into the Australian Open quarterfinals. Live coverage continues after the Raptors game on TSN 2.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
Hi, you may know me as a 6-time medalist in both the Summer and Winter Olympics. What you might not know about me is that for 2 difficult years I battled depression. 1 in 5 Canadians is affected by mental illness, and many will not get the help they need because they're afraid to talk about it, and this has to change. So on February 9th, let's talk.
Wendy's new $1.89 everyday value menu. 8 of your favorite tastes for less. $1.89? Like our new fresh wraps or our JBC with Applewood smoked bacon.
3M brings you a revolution in hockey stick tape, giving you maximum control, superior grip, and vibration reduction. Introducing the 3M Liquid Flex Stick Coating, the official tape of Hockey Canada. 3M Hockey, exclusively a Canadian Tire.
Sometimes you don't need to get it there fast. That's why FedEx has reliable, less urgent options to the U.S. too. Relax, it's FedEx.
Molson Canadian 67 has 67 calories. That's about half the calories of wines or mixed drinks, with a clean, crisp, fresh taste. So you can have a little, or you can have it all.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
A reminder, our coverage of the TSN Curling Skins game continues tomorrow, Sunday, with the final at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. David Murdoch from Lockerbie, Scotland, the defending champion, advanced earlier today in semifinal number 1 with a win over Kevin Cooey. And who he'll play, well, that still hasn't been decided. Final shot for Cheryl Bernard. Did she get lucky?
She got lucky. Now, I said earlier there was enough rocks around. She was going to rattle some things. She knew she was going to be close, and she got a little break.
Yeah, didn't miss it by much. It was very, very close to making an incredibly hard shot, but and she was the end before and got a little bit fortunate.
So we carry over that skin. We add $4,500. And so it is a $7,500 skin available here in 7. Kevin Martin playing the Yellowstones has the last rock. And so he'll need to score the 2 for the money.
It's going to end up being a corner.
not giving us the kick either.
No, that's fine.
Same as last hand. Good positive.
Hard line.
Hard line. Okay, lots of weight.
Hard, John. Line's good.
Weight's there.
Okay. Yep.
Stay with it.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes. Hard line.
It'll really curl from the hog line in. So even though it looks way out there, oh, just by.
Good shot, Eddie.
Good shot, boys. Real good.
Real nice.
Ooh, that's beach. That is not an easy rock, eh?
It's still better than it did last time.
If either of these teams does pick up the skin, they will win and advance to the final. It's all on the line here.
Got lots of line.
Better line.
Should be 5-6.
Lots of line.
Easy.
Way out there. I mean, maybe around it. Where are we?
We're 6.
No, getting better. Getting better.
bad.
Yep. Now, yep.
With it.
It always curls here, no matter how wide it is.
Hard.
Got to go for
Hard,
speed.
guys. Right to it. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Right up, right up, right up, right up, right up.
Sorry, Corey.
Sorry. Great throw, Corey.
It's interesting, even at this point in time, Linda, that they should have known that. They should have believed that it was going to be.
boys?
And that's why they apologized. The brusher said we should have believed, we should have known, and should have been able to communicate that. But it is so hard every time.
Could try to get the
It's
inside.
just amazing to watch it stop.
Same shot with the outturn.
Try to set. What do you like?
Even if
I
you're
don't mind
top,
the wing, Kev. Whatever you like. Yeah.
even if you're top 8 there, it's not bad.
That's probably better.
Top 12.
Yeah, top 12.
It's in the rings, eh?
All there. All there. Line only.
Hold on. Hold John. Hold John.
All
John.
there.
Where are you at? Guys, whoa. T-line or what?
All there.
I think we're the same weight.
Let's go around. Hard then, John. John.
Yep.
Hard.
T-line. Yeah.
Yep. We gotta get past it.
All there for T.
Hard. 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 You're real close. Whoa. Whoa.
One for by.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Okay, Ben.
Nice shot. That's not bad.
Good through, guys.
Good throws.
Well, the call was to actually be top 12, and the fact that it went by, there's a little opening to try and get the freeze.
Got to be really tight to that yellow one in the 8-foot, but again, the default's short here.
Carolyn Derbyshire.
Lots of weight.
It is,
Okay, well
it's
then,
a curious
'cause we got
thing
lots
about
of
this
line,
Martin
too.
team.
Easy.
I
Corey,
mean, except for that one stone they lost on a pick, I believe, in 5. It's hard to believe it's the same team.
They've really turned it around, and as I said, full credit to them for having a chat at the 4th end break and figuring out what to do, how to cope. This game is almost all about the mental side and recovering from mistakes, and they're doing it beautifully.
Just sit one right in there, Marcus.
They've managed to catch up, and now all the pressure's on because of the cash on the line.
Slight mistake there by Carolyn, just a little bounce off, and there's a wee bit of room to wiggle one in there for Mark Kennedy. It's his in turn. He'll get a little more finish.
A little hot, a little tight.
All there.
Hey, we're heavy, Kev. We're bumping for sure.
All there.
Yep. Whoa.
All there, Kev.
Back 12. Clean. Whoa. No.
Well, this looks real good.
Nope.
He
Get inside.
wants to just get a little inside roll if he can.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just across the nose. And didn't get very much of it. Did he leave it hanging out there? Is there a double now?
Yeah, I think there is, Vic. It depends on what kind of weight they want to throw here, but
Sorry,
I think anything more than...
Unless we just play like a backline weight and try and do this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that,
exactly.
but I think we need a little more than back line.
Hack,
Yeah.
just to move them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, throw hack, Carolyn.
Ooh, that's a lot of ice.
So rather than trying to remove rocks, it's still considered a setup position on seconds rock. So that is why they've chosen a quieter weight. Just move things
Hard, you
around.
gotta go line.
Well, she may have gotten it inside here. O'Connor and Morris have picked her up right away.
Absolutely.
And she's going to be crashing all over that center line guard. So she opens the stone, the 2 and the 4 foot. A little more.
It can't be tight. It's bad.
Yeah, sure. And just under her breath,
This one
you
might
could hear
finish
Cheryl
just a
say
hair
you
more,
can't
so
be
almost
tight.
the same throw.
Okay. Top it to a freeze.
In that regard, the ice is unforgiving, isn't it?
Once it is inside and once it is curling, you cannot really hold it. Maybe Hebert and Kennedy a little bit on the draws, but it's really tough once it starts to go.
Hard. It's tighter early.
Mark Kennedy, he's tight too. So it's Morris and Hebert now trying to hold it for their second.
Don't want to hit that top yellow. It'll spring wide open.
Off the red one. Trying to get off the red one.
No, it'll be on the yellow,
more than
Russ.
that off the red one.
Yeah, over.
They're sitting 4 right now. And remember, Martin needs 2 to pick up the skin, and that would give him the win.
If I nose this one, we can get all 3?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nose.
Yeah, and then you're sitting in a pretty good spot.
Nose triples there.
I'm going to have to be pretty firm, hey?
Yeah. Like an 8.
But you could also hit to the inside, Linda, and make that top
You're gonna
double
go
and
that
stay in
much?
a nice spot also.
I think the shooter is the key part of
Right.
this shot, not worrying as much about removing all of them.
I agree wholeheartedly. You make the triple here, it's wide open. Johnny's going to hit and roll, and then you're in trouble.
Hard! Hard!
Right out of her hand.
Might be better to let this bend.
Hard!
Trying to hold the line for O'Connor.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
How many she got here? 1, 2. She's going to move things around, gets rid of 2. But those stones now for Martin, still enough to give him the skin.
Holy cow,
Still
yeah, it
enough
does.
to give him the win. That
It's a
turned
little
out
tight, but not a foot.
Way better, I think. Way better.
Go a hair low, so we will.
But those two.
Nose or hair low? Yeah. Nose or a hair low side?
Yeah, be careful with that.
Yeah, no, I will.
Johnny's going to try to take the curl right out of this. He's going to hit it right where the broom is. That means this is going to be steaming.
Both skips are really fighting for control, so the shooter here is also important.
Whoa, whoa! Yeah!
John Morris. 1, 2. Oh, when he splits them around. The shot stones back 4.
We got a chance for that one? Talk to me, Kev.
I think it's you.
Oh, yeah, we got
I wouldn't swear to it, though. Really good throw.
It was a double, and they were trying to let it
Think it's
curl a
yellow
little
there.
bit to try and get 4th shot, knowing that as
What
the
about
end
freeze that
progresses
back
and some
one?
hits are
Or even
played,
here?
that could be one of
Just
the
don't wanna line
counters.
it up.
Not too many
so
teams
that
would
you
think
know
that far
they kill
ahead,
that
Linda.
back red
Kudos
too.
to the Martin team. They waited
the
as
back
long
one's
as they
better.
could to
Here.
roll over there, and
It's
that could be a
not very
huge
easy to
spot.
get to, Sue. That's the problem.
What if we even played the out turn and even if I just rubbed them a hair?
Yeah, maybe the out's the easiest.
Yeah.
Let's go, Sue.
Okay, call wait because we got
Yeah.
some options, eh?
They're playing down to which one?
Well, they're trying to get shot rock and playing to the back one, but this is the interesting part about what's happened is the house is now wide open, and so you're looking at playing some of the best players in the world, and Kevin Martin and his team in the house, and that is a dangerous thing to start to do.
Yep. Especially,
well, no,
especially with
leave it
that
short.
top yellow
The
one
center
closer,
guard's
because the
fine.
back red's going to be gone in no
Okay,
time.
Sue.
So tough situation
Sorry.
here for the Bernard team.
And Susan O'Connor comes up light.
Just soft.
That may not be a bad thing. They're going to play it.
Half the player.
You really need a mistake now if you're Cheryl Bernard to try and get out of this mess.
Good job. Throw it in. All right. Hair more, Kev. I think this is going to come up a bit.
Skipper doesn't think so. He never moved it.
No.
Yep. Whoa. Okay.
Just laying in our own here. Throw, Johnny.
Careful.
Boy, Johnny. Shot.
Good job, John.
That would have been tickle that, eh?
You missed it by about 3-4 inches, though. Good shot.
It's easier freezes this one, but then he's just got anything into this. So let's try it again. Oh, there, that should be good.
Okay, Linda, Russ, you talk about the difficulty playing into the rings.
She just really, okay. So do you think
Against
the
somebody
same
like
as it's
Martin.
been?
Is there any way of trying to play a double on those two stones to get rid of them?
I'll just freeze it.
And then wait to
As
see
the
what he
king goes
does
down.
before you play it.
The double might be there, Vic, but you could jam it too. I like moving this back a couple of inches, 6 inches, and then Kevin's got a decision to make. He's going to try to peel it out and take one of the yellows out for backing, because if Cheryl can tap this a few inches straight back, Martin peels it, you then have a bit of a wall to make a freeze with your last one and live to play another end.
6, 7.
All yours. Line's great.
All yours. Line's real good. 7. Whoa. Whoa.
Be nice to move this, and I'd be sweeping it.
Whoa.
No bounce.
Yep.
Weld it.
Whoa.
Weld it. Gotta go. Yep.
Weld it, because you know that Martin is a great one.
Great sweeping.
Removing anything, even if it was welded.
Great
Let's take a look at some of the player numbers brought to you by Krabby Joe's. Good food, good fun, bad temper.
Well, Cheryl Bernard has the edge, and that is clearly from the first half of this game. Kevin Martin, how many times have you ever seen his hit percentage at 50%? But he definitely has turned it around, and I don't think you're going to expect that many misses in this or the next end from Kevin.
And then if you tickle this, it's not bad. Just try to make the double straight on the 2. Almost.
Yeah, you try to make it straight. If you touch the one, you hope you get lucky.
And if you get through the hole, fine. Or you hit this one.
Or you make the good roll behind the corner.
Yeah.
Potentially.
We want to nose it.
Yeah, we're trying for just off nose. Sit 2.
2/3.
The same out turn we just had? Or the in turn?
Like half a rock's
I
real
think
close.
pretty true.
Straight
right?
double.
Yeah, I think so.
If anything, I think the in turn will curl a bit more.
Does it?
I like a cross face out turn.
Okay.
Right in the center of the rock.
Okay.
If you nut jam, Benny, on the red,
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad.
No,
Like
it's
if you
not.
tickle or yellow
No,
and
it's
nut
not.
jam.
Nice shot, Cheryl.
As long as we're sure that we're shot up there.
Great try by Cheryl, but it would have been nicer to move that yellow one. You don't expect Kevin Martin to jam this, so he runs this straight back with a lot of weight. The back yellow's gone, the red one's gone. He might even make that red double, and his shooter hangs around. He probably sits 2 here, and Cheryl's going to have a decision to make.
Boy, oh boy, he barely let it go before they picked it up. Hebert and Kennedy trying to hold the line for the skipper. Oh, and he punched it right through the hole.
Sweeping, guys. Oh. Yeah, they swept that well.
That's the luxury of having a great brushing front end. They held this. Many other players would have seen this over curl, but he gets them both out.
It over curls a hair. It goes off the top yellow onto the back yellow, and there'd only be one yellow in the rings, which Cheryl would hit, and that would be the end of the deuce.
Thinner though. Not good.
Same shot now for Cheryl Bernard.
Yeah, she has to get it in there. Either tap this back, straight back about 3. I'd really tap the top one back 3 or 4 inches, slightly on the inside, and force Kevin to punch it through the hole. If she tries to freeze to the back one, I don't like her odds, because Kevin's 3rd shot, so Kevin will be able to blast this, and he's so good at that shot.
Tighter.
Wait on me.
I don't
No,
think this is the right move to go to the back one, Linda.
Take a look.
No, we've been saying it all in,
Yeah.
really. It's
Yeah.
playing to rocks, freezing, playing into the rings against Kevin Martin, plays to his strength.
Final stone right now as it sits. Martin has the money. He also has the win. Trying to bring it down as much as they can, and it will over curl, and it doesn't even get there
Good
for
sweeping,
shot
guys.
stone. It is 2nd shot.
We're sure we're 3rd up. It doesn't matter.
Did I throw a little more?
Oh yeah.
I thought I felt like I threw a little more. Yeah, I felt like I did.
And back to that shot that John Morris threw, the double. They gambled. They were smart enough to realize they had to be closer, and it looks like that top yellow one is closer than the red. And if it is, this is a pretty easy shot for Kevin Martin.
I would, if I was betting, I'd say yellow, but.
Me too, but I'm a little biased right now.
I agree with you, though. I think it is yellow. That's
Yeah, are you going to play this appeal, or you just...
Well, I would sure like to.
I think so. I think you just put
from
the
that
same way you
look
threw.
there.
Try to make this double.
You're neither of you agreeing with me here?
Or thick. I'm not going to go too over the
I think
top.
it's yellow, Vic.
Thanks.
Center ice.
I just like normal weight.
But if we're betting, we're in the right spot.
I would throw a rock.
Half rock.
Yes, we
I
are.
would throw a rock. So you're sure it's yellow?
Yes,
no,
we are.
because I'm not sure either.
A lot of people would play a softer weight here, worrying about where the shooter goes, but Kevin's going to throw it hard because of the ice conditions. That takes the curl out of it, takes the guesswork out of it, and he's going to try to stick it on the rock that's off to the left side of the TSN circle. Peel weight, half a rock, try to stick it. Even if he rolls out, he thinks he's going to win that measure.
So for the skin and for the win here in the 7th.
Clean it.
And there it goes. And there's the two. There's the money, $7,500 to Kevin Martin, and that will put him over the top. And Kevin Martin has booked himself a spot in Sunday's final. We have $6,500 still to play for when we come back.
Despite what you've heard, opportunity doesn't knock, and it definitely doesn't have a ringtone. In the movies, opportunity arrives on a white horse with a brass band. In the real world, it's a lot harder to recognize. It could be a green light or a pink slip. It could be invisible. It could look like a clown. So you'll have to decide. If you always find things in the last place you looked, will opportunity give you that luxury? You'll need to make a decision. A chartered accountant will help you make a better one.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
Putt for a chance to win $100,000 in the White Ice Challenge. Brought to you by Odyssey Golf. Win a trip to the Tim Hortons Briar in London and putt on the curling ice during the semifinal for all the money. Go to whiteicechallenge.curling.ca to enter.
This is going to be good. The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
What is your intention?
I aim to kill you in 1 minute.
I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
That is ill-advised.
Slowly we're gonna cut you down. True Grit. Now playing. 3M brings you a revolution in hockey stick tape. Giving you maximum control, superior grip, and vibration reduction. The official tape of Hockey Canada. 3M Hockey, exclusively a Canadian Tire.
Yeah, I just want to pay off my mortgage faster. If you want to pay your mortgage off faster, then pay it off faster.
Getting what you want starts with the bank you choose. Want to pay off your mortgage faster? Get an Unmortgage from ING Direct.
Tomorrow on E, they've conquered LA. They've taken Miami. Now it's New York's turn.
We love New York! Let's go, let's go, let's go! I'm excited to be single and do whatever the hell I want.
Have fun with your new boyfriend.
Oh my God.
Fancy schmancy.
Forget trying to make it here. Courtney and Kim are gonna take it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Courtney and Kim Take New York. Premieres tomorrow. Because if it's Sunday, you know you're watching E.
Time now for the TSN Turning Point. It's brought to you by Krabby Joe's. Good food, good fun, bad temper.
It was a turnaround by the Kevin Martin team in the second half of this game, but this is the final shot that puts it away.
I'd love to see Cheryl tap the other rock with both her tries. Kevin's not going to miss a shot like this, and a monkey off the back. You can feel him breathing a little looser now.
Krabby Joe's, the TSN Turning Point. So Kevin Martin, interestingly enough, the first three skins were won by Cheryl Bernard. But it's the size of the skins, just two won by Martin. He sits with $11,000, and so now he knows he'll be in the final on Sunday against David Murdoch. $6,500 still to play for here in this eighth end. Cheryl Bernard has the hammer. Playing the Redstones, she'll need to score 2 to take home the money. And if it should be a carryover, of course, then we would have a draw to the button.
That's still a ton of cash on the line. And for Cheryl's team, a huge positive about this game is how well they have played. And they're now moving into their playdowns next weekend. And so look out, Alberta, because here comes the Bernard team.
Oh, hard, guys. Get it by this one. Okay, whoa, 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 now, whoa. Yeah, a little bit. Yep, yep. Hard. Oh, man. What was that?
83.
And you mentioned the provincial territorial playdowns. One is underway, and that's in your province. And in BC, everything else will be next week or later. And just a reminder, of course, we will be, St. John's, Newfoundland is also underway, pardon me. We will be in Charlottetown for this year's Scotties.
Go! Boy, Benny.
Nice shot, really good throw, Benny. Toss, buddy. Okay.
Little tap, Corey.
You see the Martin Tarrant team on all those come-arounds are very consistent. Once they know they have the speed, they go to the outside sweeper. The finishing stroke's a little stronger, and they feel they can get a little bit more curl, a little bit more finish to get that hidden in behind that center guard.
I think Ben Hebert has been brilliant on it, especially in the second half of the game, getting that first come around. That's his second rock into position. That's really caused Cheryl some trouble.
Hard, guys. Push. Hard. Hard. Right up, right up, right up. Yep, 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 yep. Okay.
Could have used Ben right there.
Okay, Court.
Oh, yeah, they might love him.
Kudos to Hans Vutrick to the last half of this game. The ice has been great, and he's controlled the temperature really well, and a lot more shots made.
That's light. Go. Go. Weight's good.
Gotta go.
Weight's good.
Easy. Line's good. Line only. All there.
Weight's good.
Line only. Line's good.
Yep.
Yep. Good.
Oh, this is perfect. Just got to sit down a bit now.
On yellow. Yeah, nope, that's good. That's good. Nice shot, Mark.
Really good shot, Mark.
I talk a lot about managing the curl and how different teams do it, and one way of doing it is on release, putting it a little in out. We call it setting it. The other is brushing early. Cheryl's team seemed to do it really well in the first half, but in this second half, you see the Martin team using both of those tools, a little bit of different release and that early brushing to make sure they keep the rock in the good path and let it curl at the end.
Hard. 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 Hard.
Great rotation here. They should all fly.
Hard. Yep. Good shot.
Opens it up.
Linda Russ, we saw that Newfoundland and their Scotties is concluding this weekend. They are down to the final two teams. And earlier today, Shelley Nichols was a winner over Heather Strong. And so it'll be Shelley Nichols against Stacy Devereaux. And Devereaux must be beaten twice. So it's Devereaux has a chance to win it. Double knockout final. Shelley Nichols and Stacy Devereaux in the Newfoundland Scotties at the Ballyhaley.
Hard line.
All there. All
Okay,
there.
we're heavy. Okay, okay.
Can't go, Kev. It's too,
Okay, it's
too
fine.
tight.
Well, it probably won't curl then. It's fine. Line's really good, actually.
Oh. Coming down.
Can you clean? Actually, that's good. Actually. Good throw.
Hard, 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 hard.
No, no, they got nothing on the intro.
What?
Good shot. I didn't think threw that pretty hard.
I thought you were in the house.
Carolyn.
They got back 12.
I like the out. You just threw.
Yeah, that's a beautiful guard. Perfectly
Same
positioned,
weight.
no choice but to try and run it, peel it, try and get something out of the house.
More weight. Whoa, 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 whoa,
It's got to come another inch or so.
whoa, whoa. Great shot. Yep, 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 yep. Good.
Really good throw. Yes, there's one in there dead buried, but there's a lot more real estate to get in there for the Bernard team.
Oh, you're saying sit in the back 12?
Yeah, full 4.
Oh, because they have a nibbler? Yeah.
He's got a 4 foot.
This is a weapon for this team. Both Carolyn and Susan have a great ability to play runbacks, and Cheryl as well. We've seen that from her.
That's light.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the best hitting teams I've seen in years. Oh, that's
Get
grabbed.
two centers out of it. Yep.
Well,
yeah, come off the other one.
Well, off. I'd like to try to maybe hit in the pocket. Yeah. Well, no, needs to curl some. Okay, not bad actually. Okay. It's all right.
Sorry, Johnny.
And Linda, for fans in BC,
Think just this.
I can tell you that Kelly Law, a former Canadian champion with a brand new team, she has advanced to Sunday's final.
Yeah, I think so.
And Kelly Scott is still alive.
She's in the semifinal tonight. It was a 10-team round robin with a page playoff, and Kelly Law has been very good throughout round robin and, of course, in that page 1-2 game to make
Hard,
the final.
guys. Hard.
Susanna
Hard, all
Connor.
you can. All you can. Hard.
Line's great.
Hard.
Make it good.
Hard, guys.
perfect.
Go, 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 go. Hard,
Gotta
right
keep
up.
it alive.
Oh, here comes Bernard as well. They've gotten it by the guard. Trying to drag it, take it, get it in there for Shot Stone, and they do. It's a $6,500 skin that's on the line here in this final end of play. Martin is already guaranteed a spot in Sunday's final.
Wow.
Just great shot making. Martin's team hasn't missed a shot. They're still looking at a dead Barry rock.
Yeah.
Just the one pick, and that
I think
gave
that's probably
Cheryl
the
a
play.
chance
True.
to get in there first.
We're good, top 8.
But remembering that Cheryl Bernard, although she has the hammer, needs
the weight's
2 for
okay.
the skin. They're not going to panic. They're
Line
going
only.
to try and
We got room.
freeze
Weight
to the
only,
face of the rock
Line's pretty
that
good,
is
though.
shot.
Yep.
Room.
Just top 12. Want to show him a half. It's going to overcurl.
Yep, hard line.
Hard. Right here.
Hard.
Hard to get there. Hard to get there. Whoa. Overcurl.
Oh.
Stop.
Hey, John.
Not bad.
Good try.
There.
Around that.
I would have loved
Come
a
around
corner
this
freeze and
again.
even
Yeah.
a corner of that yellow one open and usable.
I just
Because in
think you don't.
between, either freeze or leave it a little more open. They get caught in between.
Right beside it's pretty good.
Okay. Think it will slide better out here. You swept that all the way though,
Yeah.
right? Same weight.
Slightly more ice,
Where?
a little quicker spot.
5, 6. Yep, yep.
Closer line.
Yep. Yep, you gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. 4. Whoa, whoa, off. Whoa, whoa.
Don't line it up.
No, no. I'm trying not to. Whoa.
3.
Yeah, now.
Bury
Yep,
it.
go, go, go,
Bury
go,
it.
go.
Yep, yep.
Go. Hard. Okay.
Okay, Sue.
Oh, is that much less?
Just a bit less, yeah.
That's not horrible.
No. It's not, yeah, cut her down to the carryover.
Super top tee, boys.
Yeah.
So even
I think.
John Morris, Kevin Martin looking at a potential, the possibility of a carryover.
Maybe I'll throw my
and if
8,
we-
Mark?
If Bernard should only score 1, then we would have a
think it
draw
might
to
go
the
a hair
button
more, don't
for
you?
the
Sure.
$6,500.
Not sure we need that. But.
We're in the tee, boys. Just top tee.
This will bury here, so if they can somehow get Shot Rock in front of that tee line, it would be really tough to remove.
Line's good.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Line's good.
Skip Stones here in the
Top 12, baby. Top
8th end of play.
Go right here, boys.
Line's really good.
Line's good. Go.
Hard, guys.
Hard.
Got to go for speed
Hard. You
here.
got it.
Full 12. Get it past. Still go.
Yep.
Still
You got to
slide.
get past this one.
Still slide.
Got to get past it.
That's good. Whoa, whoa.
And get it past, they do. Let's take a look at the game story. Now, Linda Martin, we know, has advanced.
Well, it was a great start for Cheryl Bernard. She does win the first 3 skins, causes a carryover in 4, but in 5, with the cash growing, that evened it up with Martin winning that skin. And then in 7, it was a more open house, and Kevin Martin used his skill, the big weight hit, to capture the most important skin, the one that put him over the halfway mark.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, guard.
Only downside.
See where this guard ends up.
Now, what is the mindset here of Cheryl? Do you think at this point in time, is she also looking at the carryover, or do you think she's still playing for the deuce?
I'd be playing for the deuce, for sure. It's not easy, and you don't want to give Kevin a shot, but I think there's an opportunity still to try and draw in.
I think they're playing the guard, Linda, but you're right. You can go right around and say, okay, Kevin, make that angle raise and stick it.
Hold it out there.
I think they're trying to choke it off here and hope they have
It'll
something with
carry
their last
the
one.
Hold it
rotation.
out there.
Just, it'll carry. Easy, easy.
Over and off. Over
Easy
and off.
for line.
2, 3. Over
Whoa.
and off.
Whoa.
Just by the Rama.
Whoa. just clean.
Nice guard.
Good throw. Lots of rotation. Yeah.
So I think we got to play this. Yeah, she doesn't bump that. She can draw to there.
I think we got to play this one.
Yep, across the top onto that.
Oh, you mean is there a hole there, Benny?
The outturn hole's there.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got to hit a quarter rock though. So I'd have to.
I think this is easier. Just double.
Across the top, half rock.
I think you're too thick.
Pretty much half, eh? A little thinner than half.
Thin half.
Just that guy is a bit in the way, eh?
Probably very thick.
We're good. If we right there, we're good.
Yep. Okay.
Right on the center line.
Turn to the 8 foot? Wow, turn it down. No, it's not. It's tough. Look at it. You can barely see quarter.
Skinny half.
Does she have lots for 2 right now, Kev?
She has the outturn angle bump.
Turn draw.
I don't
want to hit it right on the center line.
She's got the wide intern draw, outturn bump.
Okay.
The simple red, yellow, red.
Yes. Yeah, this is hard, but he's right. She does have 2 options in, and that was one of our keys in Skin's play.
Yep. Whoa.
Off. She's got to curl a bit.
Final stone for.
Oh, you bugger.
Sorry,
So right now,
thought I had that thing. It just
Bernard
didn't
has
finish
the carryover. Can she get in?
Yeah, I think just the intern heavy draw. And then you just...
Yeah, you can probably even get this then.
Yeah.
Be okay, right?
Yeah. I think just a heavy... over curl, if anything, because you don't ever want to do, really carry over.
See 3 shots here, Linda. You could come down the center line, play the thin double, but you'd have to stick it. You could go really wide, right around everything,
Probably
around the
back 8.
rock on the edge of the 12 out in this area. You could go out there, but there's so much curl, you just have to get it to that area there. But they've decided to come down and play the heavy draw. They can tick off of this, or just come into this area here to get there too.
I think that looks like enough.
Back 8.
The only part about this shot as opposed to the wide draw is I think this is more of a guess since you're playing a little bit different weight and down the middle where it's a bit trickier.
Right, you got more problems with line here, and you got more problems with weight here. I like that wide come around, just lob it out there, and you just have to get somewhere in the 8 foot. I think it would curl enough to outcut that 1.5 in the 8 foot at the 10 o'clock position. This is a tough shot.
Well, right now it's a carryover, and we'd have a draw to the button. It's a $6,500 skin. Cheryl Bernard knows that she won't be going to the final, but she has a chance here if she can get in for a second point to take home a little more cash.
No, it needs to curl. It needs to curl.
So waiting for it now, Derbyshire and Morris are being called off, and now here it starts to bust for them. Will they have enough weight? Do they get a little wiggle? Do they get a little jiggle? Did they get there? Yes, they did.
What a great shot.
Cheryl Bernard will fill it and finish it off, cap it off in great style. She picks up the $6,500. She'll finish with $10,000. Kevin Martin will advance with $11,000, and he is into the final against the defending champion David Murdoch. Very appreciative crowd here at Casino Rama. And Martin's team, boy, give them credit. They made an adjustment after the break, and they were like a different team. So David Murdoch advances with his win over Kevin Cooey. Martin is a winner over Bernard, and that will be the final. Murdoch, defending champion. Martin, long history, of course, against each other, and we'll have it for you when we join you from here at Casino Rama Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
The TSN Curling Skids Game is brought to you by Casino Rama. This is gonna be good.
is going to be good.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
They are some of the most memorable, dynamic, and interesting teams ever to run the race.
For us, every day is Halloween.
They didn't come in first. You are the last team to arrive.
You did the best you could do.
Some didn't cross the finish line.
You have been eliminated from the race.
But you loved them anyway.
We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
For these teams, the Amazing Race competition has always been unfinished business. You do not have your travel documents?
The stick shift was our downfall.
You guys broke a couple of rules. We did. Now they're going to get another chance. Go! To run the race again.
We like to win.
Dig deep.
Just keep trying. Try.
And prove they are the best.
We're bigger than the other teams and more charming.
What will it take to win $1 million?
This is do or die right now.
Shut up!
What, were you parked a mile away?
We'll do anything for money.
You'll find out when your favorite teams return to finally finish what they started.
I'm surrounded by ninjas!
Let's go, we gotta go fast.
And prove they deserve another shot. The new Amazing Race for the first time in high def.
The season premiere of The Amazing Race Unfinished Business, February 20th on CTV.
This is going to be amazing. That's exactly what I was going to say.
This is going to be good.
The people in Bob's life count on aspirin to relieve their many different types of pain, like headaches. And aspirin is an anti-inflammatory that relieves body pain, too. Extra strength aspirin provides fast and effective relief. That's good news for Bob's whole family. Aspirin, for your different types of pain.
The TSN Curling Skins Game is brought to you by Carlton Cards. Celebrate life's special moments. By Krabby Joe's. Good food, good fun, bad temper. By Canada's Chartered Accountants. Decisions matter. And by aspirin. One name for your different types of pain.
Well, in the eighth end, it was a wonderful shot. We thought maybe she would play for just the carryover, but she had a different mindset.
She had a different mindset, and she had a really definite attitude about this shot. Play down the middle, get to that forefoot, get the deuce, and it's a beauty.
The line had to be spot on, well swept. Really great deuce, and four skins to 2 for Cheryl Bernard.
It was a $6,500 skin for Cheryl Bernard, and she comes up just shy by $1,000. But boy, oh boy, in a game where I don't think it's fair to say not many gave her a chance, she put a big scare into the Olympic gold medalist. Which brings us to our moments of the game, brought to you by Carlton Cards, celebrating life's special moments. And there really were in this game, and it started right in the first when Bernard picked up the early skin for 1,000. In fact, she had him, Kevin Martin, shut out right through until the fifth, when Martin picked up 3,500, and then in the seventh, he put himself over the top with a $7,500 skin. And so now it'll be Kevin Martin against David Murdoch, the defending skins champion, for this year's title at the TSN Curling Skins Game Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern. So till we talk with you again, thank you for joining us here on Canada's sports leader, TSN. Sports Center is next.
This kid